the Raw Women's Champion to SmackDown,
Everyone.
and then you got the Street Profits, which the rumor was they were supposed to split, but they didn't split. And
They added some last minute like loophole type deals. So there's two things that they added last minute. One thing they mentioned last minute is that if you're in the team that they were going to split up no tag teams, no sub to lead just put out. This is what they introduced on Saturday. That there were people
that breaking up.
Hold up.
Maybe we go live. I'll turn it
Wait, Stephanie, you breaking up.
All right. As soon as you was perfect until you went live.
Yeah. Went live. Technical difficulties.
All right. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Check.
His service was nervous.
Service was really nervous, bro.
I know how you feel, brother. I know how you feel.
You keep going.
All right, I'm good. All right, I'm good now. I'm good. Yeah, just had to connect the Wi-Fi real quick. But the second thing that they brought up was that they have this thing called undrafted free agents. So I was thinking, in a sense, when they mentioned it at first, like, okay, they're probably going to be picked up later. But no, the way these undrafted free agents work is that they could be either on Raw, appear either on Raw or SmackDown. So even with this draft, they still found a way around the brand split to where people can appear on both shows.
That shit called filler episodes.
They just made them freaking main roster jobbers. That's all.
But, I mean, like, I've never heard that before. Like that free agent. I mean, what's the whole point of having a draft if you're going to have free agents?
Thank you. Like, if you're a big star and you want to be on, if you want to be on both shows, then you want to be on both shows. You would opt to, of course, be an undrafted free agent. Like, make it make sense.
I don't understand. I
always tell y'all, it's WWE.
That's what bothers me is the WWE. It just
the free agent
draft. Didn't Triple H kind of do the same thing, but not really? No, he was drafted to SmackDown, but he never left Raw.
And they traded him back to Raw
that night.
They traded him. Yeah, they traded him
every night.
Because he don't work.
I will never show up on this ignorant shit.
He don't work on Tuesdays back in the day. So
see, this is why I feel like they need to have like authority figures again to make the draft more interesting. Because that's what I miss in the actual like past draft where there were trades and stuff that happened.
Yeah, and he was doing this. I'm like, bro, can you read? I mean, damn, or are you on that 420? But
he smoked with Riddle.
He was on that 420.
And can't nobody tell me nothing. I think Shawn Michaels was low key pissed off when he read those draft picks. I don't think that was. I think that he was legit pissed off because he didn't even know what was going to happen. Now he got a book. He got to book shit differently now because 3 of his champions been booked.
Don't worry, we still got time on tomorrow.
Oh yeah,
Brian Breaker, please come up to the audience. Carmelo Hayes.
See, 8-Bit, that's what 8-Bit. I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, bro, it'd be fun if they draft Carmelo Hayes. Get all his champions and Wesley. Draft Wesley too. Draft all his champions.
Job Squad. The new Job Squad.
Is it?
Wow.
Did y'all peep like after all this news came out that Apollo Crews was front row? Okay, front row.
That was so
looking like Mr. Bojangles.
Right.
You know what?
That whole situation was so fucking fake. I'm like, this is staged. He's up there hugging everybody. I'm like, bro, you going back to the main roster?
Right.
You're not doing anything.
Hey, T.O., I want to bounce off that, right? The ridiculousness of it, because, like you said, this nigga stood up like he got the last piece of chicken from a KFC order. Like, this nigga was just happy, right? But they wanted to be stupid and not remember that his ass was the one that wanted to go back to NXT in the first place. So you want us to believe that you happy that you're going back to Raw? Make it make sense.
And what they gonna do with you differently that they didn't do with you last time?
Nothing at all.
Right.
I'm gonna lose with grace. I'm gonna lose with grace.
But it's crazy he's mentioning this.
Unless you got a better Nigerian accent, I mean, what the fuck they gonna do with you?
Yo, that man, 8-bit. That man jumped up like his name got called at The Price is Right.
That type of shit, right? I'm like, nigga, you didn't win no damn grand prizes, nigga. Like, you just another nigga that just went to the roster.
He jumped up.
He jumped up. Oh my god! Get the fuck out of here!
Come on,
and what is he pricing?
Oh my god! But everybody, we're gonna go ahead and start.
Chad Gable tired of losing. Get your ass up.
So for tonight's show, everybody, we are not going to talk about the matches on WWE or AEW because we got so many stories that broke this week, and more stories that actually came out. But you know, when we officially start, I have some breaking news for you guys. I really want you guys to see this, and then we're going to dissect it, and then we're going to move on with our agenda. So. Enjoy the show. Remember to like this video. Please like this video because it will do great for our numbers. Enjoy the show, and we'll be right back.
It looks like you lost another one.
It's just the fact that I'm highly dedicated to the grind. And I ain't never fake, boy, I'm like this all the time. And I'ma do me, it don't matter how you feel. And I'ma win even if I lie, cheat or steal. That's just real, I don't care if I leave the opposition feeling ripped off. And it's only cheating if you get caught. If you ain't with me, homie, I can never love ya. If you don't like it, I got 2 words for ya. I just rather lie, cheat, and steal. It's cool being faces, better being the heel. And I don't ever care how they feel. It's cool being faces, better being the heel. And they don't wanna see me in the field. It's cool being faces, better being the heel. No matter what, I'ma keep it real. It's cool being faces, better being the heel.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome on this Sunday night. It's a great day in Zamunda. My name is Mr. Team Bringing, aka Shady Paws, aka Big Nipples, aka Big Nipples, aka Big Nipples. I'm here to give you motherfuckers life on this Sunday. But let's go around the room. Let's introduce everybody. What you are doing? Mr. Man.
Oh, I'm next. Oh, okay. Hey, how's it going? My name is A Bit of Fun, aka A Bit, aka King Ace. Call me what you want, but don't call me for
President
nothing.
4/5. President 4/5.
Well, you know, if you're gonna say it, might as well. President 45, as well as your favorite Monday night president, the 44th Hokage, Barack Obama. Thank you.
And I'm DJ Red Flags, aka the hill that you love to hate. And I'm gonna say, good morning, America.
Fuck
Nobody
you.
gonna say it? Hey,
Fuck you.
yes, fuck you too.
Wow.
Yes.
Step your neck. Go ahead.
All right, I'm the real Garland, always keeping it 100. And to everybody in here, assalamu alaikum.
Yes, my
Salam.
Yes, my brother.
I like
and plus,
salami
I'm
bacon too,
the
brother.
enforcer, aka your shirt too tight for you.
Wow.
I want to jump up and do my damn Apollo Crews dance, but this shit is hooked up to my laptop, so I ain't gonna do it.
Please don't.
Yo,
we don't need any disasters.
Yo, enforcer shirt so tight it might go 8 miles saying, enforcer shirt, I can't fit you.
That's my next commercial. It's my next commercial.
Wow. So everyone, welcome to the show. So like I said, tonight we are going to have a very interesting episode. There was a lot of news that came out this past week and also this past weekend as well. So please bear with us when we break everything down. If there's something that we missed and if you want to bring it up, please bring it up to us. If you want to sidebar me on Twitter, Facebook, or TikTok, if there's something I missed, please let me know. So before we start with the AEW and the WWE and the Impact Wrestling news, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share a video with you guys right now. We're going to break this down because this is a very bizarre type of story that I've seen, and I want to see what you guys think of it. So check it out, and we'll be right back. If I can... Nope, I can't do it. Okay, hold on. All right.
Dwayne Johnson, The Miz, Nikki Bella, and more at risk of huge financial losses after $3 billion lawsuit is filed by pro wrestler. And it's not for the reasons you think it is. It's not about money. It's not about what's been going on in the WWE. It's not about any reason that you may think it is about pro wrestling. When I read you this story, it's something a lot of us woke and chosen people been telling you about. Why are these kids are gone missing? Let's get into this. Names such as The Miz, the Bella twins, Marie started their career in WWE and went to become some of the biggest stars. However, their stardom might be at stake after a former WWE pro wrestler filed a lawsuit. Let's see why that is. Former TNA Impact and WWE development superstars Trisha Khan Biggers filed a lawsuit back in October 22 before the U.S. District Court, Southern District of New York. The suit claimed a conspiracy theory against her ongoing criminal cases in Texas. She listed the state of Texas, the El Paso Child Protective Services, the FBI, the Las Cruz, New Mexico Police Department, the NYPD, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, New York ACS, Omega PSI, Phi Fraternity. Now listen to this. Her lawsuit claimed that all of the listed defendants conspired to kidnap the plaintiff and her children. However, none of the defendants have served anything as yet, and the case did not see any movement until now. Truth is starting to come to light. A lot of these entertainers that you've seen, and you have seen The Rock on SNL when he said, yes, I like children. Yes, I eat children. Well, how old are you? 9? Nah, I only eat 10 and above. Y'all guys, some of you guys seen that SNL. Now there's a pro wrestler claiming that she had been kidnapped by Maurice, Nikki Bella, The Miz, Dwayne Johnson. And that didn't took place until now. So that case didn't start moving until now. So obviously they found something on these celebrities, bruh. We told you these celebs are not who you think they are. We're about to see how this unfolds. Share this, follow, like. This is breaking news. We have
So,
can I go first?
Yeah, go ahead.
Please let me go first.
Mm-hmm.
Please let me go first.
Go.
Go ahead, brother.
First of all, he needs some water because he has cotton mouth. Second of all, you telling me that Nikki Bella, Maurice, The Rock, and whoever kidnapped a chick, and The Rock is something about people say shit for clout. I get it, but do I believe that there's certain parts of the industry, like Ty said, is a little yeah. I mean, look at Epstein. Look at Epstein shit. Perfect example. But bro, I feel like a lot of it is a reason. A lot of people sit there and say, "Oh, this person did this to me," or whatever. Get something on pro bono or whatever, because something like this, they're not gonna pay for something like this if it's real. So this is probably something pro bono. Somebody, all right, well, this might be worth us looking into. But man, I'm sorry. I'm not buying it. I'm not believing in it. Man, you know what? I believe in ghosts more than I believe in that shit.
Okay. Go ahead, AB.
So you targeted everyone with a show. You
That's what I
targeted
was about to
everyone
say.
with you targeted everyone with just a show, and will make residual money from their shows being syndicated and just bought and distributed even through online. That's what you did, as well as people who may just pay you to just shut up, to be like, hey, what you want. I would rather pay for you to leave me alone than for you to serve me papers and take me to court. That is they may have something small like a weird text message like shut up please, or like just one interaction that may have went through. That might be it, and that might be the only evidence they actually have. But yeah, you really just chose people who got residual money who's not banking on wrestling.
Okay, who's next?
Kind of bounce off what both 8-Bit and Red Flag said. I think the only I kind of agree with Red Flag where he said the only reason this thing probably got any traction or any movement or even go to court of law is because somebody probably took this on pro bono, and the people that's in charge of this was like, okay, like he said, if somebody's taking this upon themselves to look into this without getting paid or anything like that, that gained them the interest to look into this. So that's why I'm moving forward. I also agree with what 8-Bit said, because I was going to bring that point up too. You notice everybody on this list, like you said, has some sort of crossover fame. They're not relying on WWE anymore. The Rock, Hollywood movie star, Miz, Maurice, reality TV stars outside of being on WWE television. The Bella Twins got their own empire going. You deliberately targeted all the people that are no longer reliant on WWE for money because you got their own business ventures. They're making their own fucking money. Raka Khan has had issues in the past with her mental stability and stuff like that. So it's kind of really hard to believe somebody that already has issues in the past, plus not looked at in better light from past previous coworkers. And I'm talking about coworkers that don't have anything to gain from saying anything negative about her. So it's kind of hard to believe. I believe it's bullshit at the end of the day, and it is what it is.
That's what I was going with, because she got a history of putting stuff out there. She actually almost cost Kurt Angle his job when they was dating, when they was in Impact. And she made a false accusation saying that he was abusing her and putting her in basements and all other shit like that, and came out to be false. So the trust level of what she's saying is already questionable. And then you got, like y'all just said, they naming people that got that got the fame outside WWE, that are their names like not for wrestling. Their names is for reality shows, movies, or straight to DVD movies, wherever the fuck it is. It got fame outside WWE. And I don't even, to be honest with you, we don't know that she even came across these people, because she didn't stay at WWE that long. She was straight. She was. I think she was developmental for like a couple of months, and then she was out, and TNA grabbed her just for her looks. That's it. She was not even in the company that long to even talk to those upper tier people that she named in that court on that file. So it's very suspect that this came out, and then it came out now with all this other shit coming out. So you trying to take advantage of a situation where you think, oh, cash cow, I could go get some milk some more cash out on myself. No, it don't even make sense.
Okay. So here's my take. I think I'm gonna go in a different direction. So when stories like this comes out, these are very serious accusations. However, in the world of professional wrestling, I don't know why we acting like that this shit doesn't happen. Like this shit is non-existent. And I don't like when people like dismiss shit because of these big names. It's like when you see shit like this, you should really take it serious. Matter of fact, case in point, what was it, Mae Young or what was her?
No. It was
Fabulous Moolah.
Fabulous Moolah.
Yeah.
This bitch was a madam, and she was a madam for years. Pat Patterson was a fucking pedophile. Vince McMahon, cover murderers, rape bitches. I mean, like, you can't dismiss this shit and then like just say, well, yeah, she had mental issues, so yeah, whatever. You know,
so how many times can somebody?
Excuse me. You know, because I let you talk. Let
them cook. Let them cook.
My whole thing is that there are receipts that happens in professional wrestling, and we need to stop being so nonchalant and acting like this shit doesn't happen. That's just my thing. I just kept it sweet, kept it sweet and brief.
Well, that's the thing. I'm not saying that shit don't happen because we all know 30 years later we'll find out shit from back in the day, and in today's world you can't hide shit no more. You know,
right?
But it's just that with how she was in the past, that you know, the public of law, when people see how she used to act, they always question. That's like when, I hate to say this, but if a chick, well, I have to say it like that. If a prostitute, you know, come out and say, "Oh, she was raped," some people look at them sideways, like, you know, because of what you do. That's all it is. Now, I ain't saying that's why I said I don't know if it's true or not, but at the same time, she was not there that long to know these people.
We don't know that.
But as I saying, she was in the company itself. She was not there that long. We don't know if she know or not. But the proof is right now is, when did you meet them? They need to get more evidence than just what she's saying.
Your credibility is shot right now. You need to come with some hard evidence that they know your number, you know their number, they was in the same room with you, they know where you live, they came to your house. That's what they saying. It's just credibility. It's like if a crackhead asks you for $1, you like, you gonna buy a crack with this? I'm not giving you no dollar. And it was like, no, man, I just need to get a drink. I just need a soda. Well, I give you the soda.
That I agree with.
Right.
Yeah, I agree with. Yeah, she definitely needs some receipts.
How many times can cry wolf? How many times are you gonna cry wolf or do some rah extra shit, and then all of a sudden, oh no, this is serious. You know what I mean? It's like,
I mean, but look at the whole thing with Vince McMahon, though. I mean, like, this man has been doing it for like what, 2 decades?
But we all knew he was a
piece
of shit, though.
The thing is, people have been trying to call on it, but it's been like, here, have some hush money. Here, have some hush money. So it wasn't like, it was like as if it was being like, oh yeah, we hear it, but we ignore it. It's like, no, like we seen it, we heard it, but then it disappeared. You know what I mean?
Okay. If that lawsuit is true, why isn't John Cena or Daniel Bryanson on there as well?
Thank you.
Because you would have to, let's be honest, Tio, your wife couldn't say, I'm going to kidnap a child without you, like, where the fuck we gonna put this child at?
No, perfect example.
No,
I got a perfect example. So Atreyu, I think it's like his first. Yeah, it was the first year of
shout out to Buzz.
It was his first year of preschool. He told a girl, he's like, girls are not allowed at my birthday party. As if you come to my birthday party, my dad's gonna kill you and your whole family. I didn't agree to this shit. How you gonna implicate me in some extra shit that I didn't even say? I was like, no, bro.
I mean, he must have got it from somewhere. I mean,
no, because we watch horror movies. Because we watch horror movies. But
so
anyway,
you got a how old is my godson?
Atreyu or TP3? TP3 is here. We're home.
Oh, well, yeah. My other
Atreyu's 6. Atreyu's 6.
So you got a 6-year-old playing
watching horror movies. Yeah, but that's besides the case. But it's the fact that he was like, well, you know what? If you come to my birthday party, then you know my dad's gonna do this, bro. We never talked about this. We never agreed with this. Don't implicate me on some other shit. Exactly the same thing. You're sitting there coming in and you're saying this stuff, but for what? I mean, how many times have you heard in the media people say, "Oh, this, that, and third," just to get to their views or the interview that comes out is false or just disappears? You know what I mean? It happens all the time. This right here, yo, I'm sorry. What's her name? Riki, whatever.
Raka Khan.
Raka Khan.
Yeah, her name's not Reach. Stop reaching.
My thing is, I would believe, because like I think Willis mentioned it earlier about Jim Cornette and TNA also being listed. I would believe that part about it because she was in TNA long enough for some shit to possibly happen or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Her WWE run. Wait, that wasn't old girl that was with fucking the Basham brothers, right?
No.
That's a different girl. That's a different girl. Yeah.
She was, I think, in Deep South where King Omega and the Miz was at.
Oh yeah, that's right. She was a developmental.
Yeah, she didn't get.
She wasn't even on the main roster.
Right, and she didn't even get a match in developmental because that's how bad she was. So that's why I said she was not there that long, and they gave up on her. As soon as they gave up on her, people that was in the WWE knew the people that got released in developmental, and they picked them up, and she was one of them. And so this is the sensitive subject in today's world where especially with females, when they do this kind of stuff and they got a questionable background, and you want to believe them, but we've been here before with you many times, not once. Now you did it once, okay, but many times. And I think the guy said the case she tried to do it around 2006, 2007, and now it's back on. So on that part, they had to find something if they're gonna reopen the case past almost 2 decades.
So what we'll do is we'll follow this story. If whatever happens, we'll follow it. So but yeah,
like
let's
Bill
go on
Cosby
to
case.
Right, exactly. So let's go on to.
I'm sorry. I might piss off some people in the comments of that. I might piss off people who are listening beforehand or afterhand. It sounds like a goddamn Bill Cosby witch hunt.
Great. All right, let's go to the first segment, AEW and Impact Wrestling. So there was not a lot of stories in AEW except for the CM Punk situation. CM Punk actually showed up on Raw backstage and then showed up in Impact Wrestling.
Yeah.
In Chicago.
This is the CM Punk I'm sorry tour.
This is a please believe me tour.
But see, that's what he's good at though. CM Punk, despite the toxic nature that he has, because he has toxic nature. We all know this. We can all agree with that. Yeah. Despite the toxic nature that he has, one thing he know how to do is keep people talking about him. So his stuff is all strategy. He's like I hate to use the comparison, but I think it's fitting. He's like the Kanye West of professional wrestling.
Yeah.
They both from Chicago. You're right.
They're both from Chicago at that.
What was the quote that MJF said? The best trick that the best trick that the devil did was saying they didn't exist.
That's the old CM Punk post right there.
No.
Yeah, he said. MJF said the greatest lie that the devil ever told to the world is
that he never exists.
Yeah,
exactly.
And that's CM Punk right now. I'm sorry, and but I mean, there's no story. Chris and I had a conversation this morning, right? I know CM Punk guys shine light, cool. So Naomi made her Impact debut speech. Whatever. I didn't watch it. I heard about it. Didn't watch it.
It didn't air yet. It didn't air yet.
Oh, it didn't play yet?
Yeah, they just did a teaser. They did a teaser.
Yeah, they just take the shows.
So, all right.
Wow.
Chris, can you mainstream me real quick? Because I'm going to say exactly what I said to you earlier on the phone. So, Naomi is definitely giving me. We're going to get this. Xavier Woods vibes. Think about it. Just hear me out. If Naomi wasn't tied to her husband, she wouldn't have gotten half the way that she would. She would be a jobber. She'd be Alicia Fox. If she wasn't tied to Sasha, hold on. So did I see Sasha. She wasn't getting this much mainstream during the walkout. Is she athletic? Yes, she is. Is she a technical wrestler? No, she's not. She's a spot wrestler. She has spot moves. She has flashy moves. There's nothing besides the two people who really, really, really put a spotlight on her husband and Sasha. When she was a cheerleader, look what she did. Look at Cameron. Cameron's not married to no big names. And where's she at right now? She is a spotter. So here at Impact, I'm telling right now, it's just more of Impact trying to say, hey, look who we got here. Rub your nose, WWE. But imagine if AEW or Impact got Sasha. She would have got the Cody Rhodes treatment. She would have got the pyros. She would have got the long entrances. Naomi does not have that credibility right now. She doesn't, because everything she has was leeched on. Her and Xavier Woods are leechers. Because at the end of the day, Xavier Woods doesn't need a WWE. He has a doctrine. He has his video games. Yep. He doesn't need them. He doesn't. What does Naomi have after WWE, after Sasha and her husband?
That big booty.
She doesn't have anything. She wouldn't have been on Total Divas. It wasn't for her husband.
She got that big booty.
Anybody else had a follow-up comment?
I want to say this. I want to say this real quick. There's some truth in what Red Flags is saying, but I also want to say this too. She recently commented and said that how nervous she was about, walking out and leaving and questioning if she could do this and stuff like that. This is one of those wait and see situations where we got to see if she can do it. If she can do it without the safety net of working in the same company as her husband. To see if she could do it without the safety net of being on the same show as her Mercedes Moné. This is her time to be able to see if she can do it. What I noticed is a lot of people were talking about the second taping they did it, because they did 2 tapings. They did the one where she cut the promo, and then she had her first match outside of WWE in the second taping.
Ever.
There were so many people that I seen that went to the show because they did their tapings in Chicago. So a lot of people went to it and stuff like that. That stated as soon as Naomi got through wrestling, they got the fuck out of there because they only came there to see Trinity.
Wow.
I'm just saying we need to give her. We got to be open-minded, see if she could do this on her own. I will say this though. Is she spotty? Yeah, she's very spotty when it comes to in-ring work. But now we get to see if she can, show more range as far as an in-ring worker, and hopefully show more improvement on the mic, because she's not the best on the mic. We all know that. So this will be her opportunity to see if she can get better and stuff. And yeah, I'm gonna be biased because she's black, and I'm black too, and I always cheer for the black folks, and I'm gonna continue to cheer for anybody that's black. But I feel like this is gonna be her time to be able to show improve. But the fact that so many people went to those tapings to go see her, just to see her, is amazing. Because let's face it, a lot of us, pretty much all of us in here, don't really watch Impact like that. Even though we should, we don't really watch it like that.
Off and on.
Especially with Impact being one of the few companies that actually spotlight black wrestlers, But that's another topic. You can say that later on in the evening.
What is your problem?
Wait, T.O.
What's wrong with you?
But
y'all remember the kid in the classroom that had the right answer, had the answer? He
but there's someone that's talking. What is your problem? Are you guys got to go to the bathroom?
No,
I mean, what's wrong with
Enforcer
you?
knows what I was doing. Enforcer, but no, Enforcer, go ahead.
What I was gonna say is she is no different from anybody else that left WWE and want to prove that they want to make a name outside. They want to say, all right, that in WWE I was Naomi. Now in Impact I'm Trinity. I'm gonna be a whole different thing. For what I've seen is nothing different. You still got the glow entrance. You got the neon light entrance. The stuff I've seen so far. You got the neon light entrance. You're going to have the neon feathers and all that shit on. The outrageous clothes. So it's still Naomi. What are you going to show different? right? But again, like Real said, that's a wait and see situation. Just like Drew McIntyre was a wait and see situation. Just like Cody was a wait and see situation. Everybody that leaves WWE and want to say, you know what, I want to prove to y'all that I'm not no guy that should be sitting in catering. I should be out there, blah blah. I'm gonna go somewhere else. And to add on to what you said about what T.O. said about when the difference between her and Sasha's Monet, whatever. When Monet went to New Japan, when she went to New Japan, she got the pyro, the vignette video, the gown, the entrance, the long ramp. She got, like you just said, the Cody Rhodes treatment. Just she's not gonna get that impact. Trinity's not getting that impact because one, they don't make New Japan money. They ramp short. They're wherever they wrestle at is like bingo hall,
a box,
right? Studio box, bingo hall, whatever.
So, a basement.
Impact. What Impact is going to show for her is basically her wrestling. Let's see.
But she barely can wrestle though.
That's what it's going to show. It's not going to show her. No, it ain't going to be no charisma, no pyro, none of that. You gonna come out, lights out, do your little dance, shake your ass, and see. Let's see what you got. That's what you gonna do. Because if you don't have no wrestling, the rest of the moves they gonna do for you, they gonna have you doing the same shit you did in WWE. And it's already showing that. I don't see nothing else different.
So let me hot tag real quick. So here's the thing with Trinity. I'm gonna be a little bit more brutal with my take. So Trinity went to Impact Wrestling to not be seen on television. Like no one really pay attention to Impact Wrestling like that. I mean, you're literally performing in a basement and you're not being seen at all. You know, like Enforcer said, like they showed up to see Trinity and they left. Trinity, for me, this is a downgrade for her, and I am so serious about this because like nobody really watches Impact Wrestling like that. If you do watch Impact Wrestling in 2023, good for you. You know, I'll give you a standing ovation. You're doing your due diligence.
Bully Ray.
You're doing your due diligence as a wrestling fan. But Trinity should have went to AEW because the AEW women's roster really needs it. They really need her glow.
You're funny,
but I got a counter. I got a little bit of a counter to that.
But I'm gonna just say this:
you're funny, but not haha funny, but funny haha.
I don't know what that means, but you know,
because that makes no sense.
No,
that
nothing
makes
that you
zero
said.
sense. Why the hell would you go to AEW for?
No. Okay, so let me understand this. So you mean to tell me that you want to go somewhere where you're not even seen? They don't even promote their own shit. So you telling me that it was a great...
but Impact may have the best women's division in wrestling right now,
and no one pays attention to it.
It doesn't matter.
You're telling me that it's a great.
Okay.
No, it does matter.
No, I'm saying, but they do. They do.
Okay.
It's not the wrestler's fault though. It's not the wrestler's fault. But they do have basically. But their roster for women is way better than AEW's and damn near WWE's. It is.
And honestly, at the end of the day, like,
but no man, am I right or wrong?
I don't know. I don't watch that shit.
Am I right or wrong, Carlos? Am I right or wrong?
Let me say this to y'all. That's why Trinity's supposed to be. She's supposed to be bring the eyes.
Okay, exactly.
Her name was right. Her name was the hottest name.
And get lost.
I didn't say she got to go to AEW. I just said,
I'm saying, but no, I mean, but think about it. If she went to Japan, she would got her ass whooped.
Man,
I want to hear what A Big got to say. Then I want to hear what he got to say.
Okay, all right. So, first and foremost, a check is a check at this point. She made the move that was best for her because let's be honest, AEW kind of stacked right now. They don't need they can't afford TV time for nobody, so they don't need her on there unless a good portion of the show and story gonna go to her. She's the only person that was up. She's the hottest name because everybody's like, so where are you? That's what made the name hot. It was so we know where she at. where are you? That would have made, if she would have came out first, that would have made Monet, that would have blew up anything. Whoever would have got her would have been crazy. Mm-hmm. She waited literally probably to the last minute to sign somebody's contract for Inc. And probably it was like AEW was like, we don't need you. If we need one of y'all, we know where to go to get it. Because I can borrow anybody I want from New Japan and they gonna come. So why the hell do I need you now?
It's just what Willis just said.
That's all I'm laughing
Impact
at.
is on a cable channel nobody even owns on their cable packages, including myself. Like I don't even have that on Sling.
You're wrong.
I'm wrong?
You're wrong on one thing. On one
on
thing.
What?
Yes,
What's up? What's
yes,
up?
Sir. Yes, sir.
What's up?
Yes, master. You're the wrong boss. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I saw it, sir.
No,
don't do that.
What we here for?
You're wrong. You said that she took the best check for her. That was the only thing that she could go to.
So that's the best.
AEW was not going to pick her up. AEW, look at the companies. AEW was not
exactly.
She sure hell.
She couldn't go home.
She sure wasn't.
She couldn't go home.
Go to WWE. No, she wasn't. And Japan, she would have asked.
And the Indies can't afford her.
Yep.
I mean, she could have went to the Indies.
NWA, hell no, ain't going to NWA. She ain't go to. It was MLK, MLW.
The MLK Wrestling Association.
Hold on, can I say something about her?
They had a dream.
I want to say this about the AEW move. Like if she would have went there, I'm sorry, but if she would have went to AEW, she probably would have been lost in the shuffle, like some of the other big name talents that they signed. Like that. Like let's keep it a buck. Love Trend to death. She would have got what I call the AEW starter pack. You know what the AEW starter pack is? You come in, they give you a lot of attention. Two weeks later, you're wrestling on Dark and Dark Elevation, where nobody's barely seen you. She would have got the AEW starter pack. You know who else got the AEW starter pack when they first got there? Let's start. Let me name them all. Ember Moon, Mercedes Martinez. That's a name y'all ain't heard in a while, by the way. Tony Storm, when she first got there. Hell, Paige get the starter kit too? She was the first ballot member that got that starter kit. I'm just saying, what I'm getting at is, as much as I would have loved to see her on AEW television, she would have been forgotten like the rest of the people that they signed. She would have been put on the back burner. I mean, yeah, they probably would have tried to inject her into the whole homegrown Outcast storyline. But let's be honest, that storyline is not going nowhere. With every segment from that storyline is the same way.
Wow. Wow.
Stephen, where the hell are you?
Oh, I'm in my walk-in closet.
Make that.
Oh, you're in the closet.
Yeah.
Shout out to the WWE Hall of Famer Stevie Ray. Oh yeah, this is my time. I'm glad you on here.
Stevie, what up, Stevie?
If and when I do come back on your podcast, there will be a rebuttal because I appreciate you trying to come for me while I'm up here, all over the place. You know what I'm saying? But no, shout out to you, man.
Man, shout out to Stevie Ray.
So here's you know what? I totally like. Oh, okay. So the issue is that Trinity, I think she made a bad decision. She went from making like what I don't know how much she made when she was in WWE. I think she made like maybe
$2.50.
Yeah. So now $40. She's making $5 now in Impact Wrestling. And there's nothing wrong with that, but
$3 in the cheeseburger.
But I just really feel that they're being disrespectful to the indie scene. Like, what she should be doing is she should be focusing on her craft instead of focusing on her glow. I just really feel that way. You know what I'm saying? Because like the indie scene is hot as fuck right now. Like, I'm just saying, like, I don't know why everybody named Mama is disrespecting the indies. Like, it's just like, oh well, there's nothing over there anyway. I mean, you don't invest in it, so how the fuck you gonna say that it's trash and you don't even watch it? That's just how I feel about it.
I'm not gonna lie. I would have loved to see a Trinity Trish Adora match. All that chocolate in the ring at the same time. I'm down for it. I stand for both of them. I agree with you, Chris. I would have loved to see her on the Indies. Like I said, to go in the trenches, not only get better, but show people, hey, I do this shit for real. I'm about to come out the mud, and I'm gonna surprise y'all.
Well, now hold on, because the thing is, when you work with Impact, you still have opportunity to work in indie shows.
Yeah.
So she probably, again, we don't know her whole contract. This is the first time we see her by a wrestling ring in a long time. So we don't know. She probably do got some indie dates. She was supposed to have been in WrestleCon this past on WrestleMania. She's supposed to have been there, but she
Go ahead, Terrell.
Before you change subjects, can I put Garland? Can I put Garland on the spot real quick?
What's up?
Since he wanted to sit there and talk about the Indies one night, who would win in the match between Trinity and Lala?
Oh, why you gonna put me on a spot like that? Lala, take that girl head off. Come on, man. Don't play with me. Lala, take that girl head off.
Wow.
Don't play with me. Don't play. Don't play with me. Ruthless Lala, take her head off.
Listen, hold on. Wait. We got somebody that's calling us out. There's a viewer that's calling us out. So there's two people with a crown.
He's clearly talking about you. He's clearly talking about you.
I'm not a hater. I mean, I'm just saying, I'm pointing out the obvious. It's just y'all motherfuckers are not into reality. That's not my problem. I'm just saying, like, y'all talking about, like, okay, they have the best women's roster or whatever, but then yet I can't even see it on my cable package.
They do though.
They have the best women.
They
have the best women division in wrestling. Hold on. Impact does have the best women division in professional wrestling right now. But WWE have the best women wrestlers right now. AEW has some of the best women technical wrestlers right now. I digress.
I think that's debatable before you move on.
No,
I think that's really debatable.
Look at it.
Hold on. He's saying they have better performers. WWE has better performers, as in superstar models, but Impact has better. You come there for wrestling. You want mat to mat, cheek to cheek wrestling. That is what he is saying.
Better storylines too.
Yeah.
Better storylines too. The women they have to focus on their storylines too in Impact.
Better storylines. Yes. Yes.
That's funny.
That Mickey James storyline is too. That's one of the best work. So
that's funny. So TJ said that Impact can be seen on YouTube. Everyone has YouTube. It's your choice not to watch not to watch Top Crown Guy. Yeah, that's fine. Yes, just remember to bow down to the crown. Yes, and you're right. If I don't watch it, I'm not going to watch it. So yeah, I'm already doing my due diligence. So like, I'm trying to figure out like, okay, why are we continuing this conversation?
I'm gonna have a mask the next time I come on. I'm gonna have a mask.
Yo, Chris.
I'm gonna have a mask.
Chris, put up Mills. Chris, put up Mills' comment right now. Mills.
Who?
Mills.
Mills.
Oh
yeah.
You call any provider about accidents, them niggas say who? Listen, I don't want to be the bad guy here. I don't want to be the bad guy, but y'all not going to sit here and make me look like the bad guy, whatever, because I'm from Zamunda. You know, that's not going to work.
New phone, who this?
But right. I'll say this though before you change topics. But
wait, hold on, before I lose it, before I start the subscriber you're trying to reach.
Message 214567.
T.O. the guy on the phone calling them about access. Yo, can I get access in this motherfucker?
Tell your service provider you want to get access. They don't want you to see this content. So you need to tell them that you want access.
Yeah, I mean, and you know what? At the end of the day, TJ, that it's cool. Like we all agree on this podcast that if she decided to go to Impact Wrestling, she's happy. I'm happy too. But my whole thing is, like I said, her landing spot is just a little bit questionable for me, and that's all I gotta say for that.
And TJ, I wanna spend on that when we give our takes and stuff like that. You probably thinking we're trying to come from a petty or a hateful place. We're not.
I know I am. I'm petty, not hateful.
Well, not necessarily petty, but I think you're coming from a good place and saying that you feel like with the way her presentation and stuff is, she should be on a bigger platform. That's exactly
what I'm saying.
But I will say this: I think what T.O. is getting at about the Impact Women's Division is that, and from the episodes I watch, not only is their women's division is great, but they give them storylines, like there's substance behind their storylines. It ain't no quick 2 or 3 minute segment. It's throughout the show that, and I'm talking about multiple women in their division have storylines going on in Impact. That's what makes it stands out. So you got people that can work like Jordan Grace, you have Rosemary, you have Jessica, you have what's her name?
Razo, the knockout champion herself.
Yes. Like you have a solid division over there, and I feel like what makes it an interesting starting point for her is now you're going to be in the ring with people that work, that wrestle their asses off. So let's see if you can wrestle your ass off. That's why I said we need to wait and see, because to me, I feel like, all right, you're out of your element. We got to remember, guys, this is the first time that she's out of the WWE bubble. And we've seen in the past where we've seen wrestlers that know nothing but that WWE system sometimes have a little bit of an adjustment period that they got to go through. They got to remember they're no longer in WWE. You're on either on the Indies, you're in Impact, you're in a different environment where the system is going to be different. And I'm just hoping that she can show people, hey, I can shine anywhere I'm at. That's all I want her to do.
But if she could use that to her advantage if she want to be a heel.
That's true.
Matt Cardona used that WWE shit, and he's like the biggest name in indie circuit because he's still WWE guy, but he's used as a heel. So if she go, it's up to her. You know.
So
she ain't got a heel bone. She ain't got a heel bone in her body. She can't even do the heel toe. She got no heel bone in her body.
I mean, she can bring out some Bianca Belair in her. I mean,
no,
she could.
She don't. With Bianca Belair, no, she doesn't have a heel bone in her body. She is a face. She's a face through and through. The moment her being
TJ,
why are we doing this?
Wait, hold on. Before you say about TJ, the moment that I would believe that she could be a heel, the moment that Will Ferrell can do a serious movie.
Oh no!
TJ, I'm just trying to figure out where you heard out my mouth saying that I'm prejudging and I'm not. Wasn't the first thing, gentlemen? Wasn't the first thing I said was the wait and see? That was the first thing I said. Literally,
you really saying much shit on the subject.
Right? I don't know what he mean by prejudging.
TJ, before you say about prejudging. I'm gonna take the Chris's route.
About us.
We waited. We were patient. We waited. We gave him time. We waited some more. We gave him some more time for Bray Wyatt to show us more of this between him, Uncle Howie stuff, and look what happened to us. We got fucked in the ass with no lube.
Exactly. And if you don't know anything about getting fucked with no lube, all you gotta do is just resort to
get me out of here. Get me out of here.
Just listen to Ice Cube and no Vaseline. I mean, that's exactly how we felt about the Bray Wyatt situation.
So before you say be patient and wait, give him a chance. That bridge was already burned with Bray Wyatt.
So let's move on to AEW wrestling.
Talk about somebody's comment. That's why I was trying to tell y'all. Somebody comment that. I did not talk about us.
Oh, okay. So let's move on to AEW wrestling.
Gotcha.
So we're not, like I said, once again, because we have a lengthy agenda, we are not going to talk about the matches. We are going to talk about the stories that's going on in AEW. Okay. So like number one, who made a return back to
Roddy.
AEW?
Roddy came back. No, he made a return to AEW. My boy Roddy, the king of the backbreakers, he is back.
Who are you talking about?
King of the backbreakers is back.
Roderick Strong.
Roger Strong. Okay, I was like totally lost.
Roddy
Like,
Strong, come on,
the
man.
Rocky.
I mean,
Oh,
I'm
More
sorry. I'm sorry. Me and him on a first name basis because he taught me how to break my wife's back. So, you know what I mean? So it's good. You know what I mean?
Roddy
It is what
breaking
it
back
is.
since 2000. My dude
wow.
Roddy Strong. He been breaking backs legit.
So
Since
did
2000.
you guys expect him to sign with AEW?
Yes. He been active for the release.
Wait. Time out. You want to talk about Roderick Strong right now, Chris?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because he's back in the yeah. Roddy had made it. Roddy Strong is back in the ring, and now, about AEW, there was a tweet that Adam Cole sent out earlier week about Kyle. Everybody thought that Kyle died.
Oh Lord.
Did y'all see that?
Yeah, I've seen that.
y'all
People
see that?
got worried.
No.
Yeah, I've seen that.
People thought that Kyle died because of what Adam said.
Oh, because of I think he had like a diabetic type of seizure. Or
No,
something like
he
that.
didn't. He had neck fusion surgery.
Oh my, ooh.
Mhm.
Yeah, but the way Adam Cole tweeted, he tweeted as if he like kind of like, oh yeah, man, like he died when so people were freaking out.
Mm-hmm.
No, he's fine. He had surgery, but could you imagine if the UE magically comes to AEW, like the full UE, not just.
I mean, Bobby Fish can stay where he's at because like he just.
We don't know where
Bobby,
he at.
I mean,
We don't know where he at.
where is he?
Well,
He's
there's
an
more
He's an
information.
Impact where you
He's
can't
swimming.
see him.
He's
Yeah.
swimming.
But here's the shocking thing. There was more info that came out about how Roddy was able to pop up. Apparently, he had been a free agent since November or something like that. He hadn't been under contract, and then WWE been under this thing where they like if somebody's out of
signs.
exactly. So they stop commenting on people if they're out of contract and stuff like that. So this kind of low key came back to bite WWE, but that's what made the surprise even more awesome. What took him so long to show up at AEW is that he wanted to get himself back healthy and get himself back in shape. And then they kept this all a secret, literally a secret. And the only people that ended up finding out was all the people involved in the segment, and they didn't find out until the day of him popping up. But yeah, apparently he's been a free agent since November.
That's how you're supposed to do it, people.
Exactly. That's why I applied AEW on that, because it was a legit surprise.
I wanted to say,
thank you. I said this surprise.
I said this Wednesday. It's so hard to do that in today, where everybody knows your contracts and
because everybody got a fucking big mouth. They don't know when to shut the fuck up.
Right.
That's the issue.
Right, but you saw how like you just said, no one knew about it. Not even the people that's in the company. That pop was organically done. Like that shit was. Everybody's like, "What? Who fucking music is this?" And it said Roddy Strong. That pop was in it. It was
hard.
It was just like, oh shit! They was all shocked. Everybody. That's a good thing that's missing in wrestling today. Actual shock.
Hey, Tone. Yo, isn't it crazy that he got a bigger pop than Jeff?
He ain't lying. He is not lying.
That's true. That's true.
Jeff came out
crazy that he got bigger. That he got a bigger pop than Jay Lethal.
But see, this is where the enforcement.
Mind you, Jay Lethal man invented at MSG.
Yeah.
And still no one really gave a fuck
Jay
either.
Lethal got a run-in with no music.
Yeah, wrestling Twitter likes to
Jeff Hardy got a run-in with music.
Mm-hmm.
Roger got a run-in with music and got a bigger pop than both of them put together.
Mm-hmm.
But just like Real said, like no one knew about the kind. We always wondered where the hell Roddy was because he was not in NXT no more. But I do remember him acting for his release once Adam Cole made it to AEW, and then Kyle left. And he's like, "Oh, I want my release." They denied it. So they gave him that bullshit story where he was wrestling, or he was supposed to turn on the Creed brothers, whatever. That didn't go nowhere. After that, we didn't see him no more. So we was like, okay. Well, his wife was on TV, so I was like, he got from AEW.
I'm just happy that AEW didn't do the whole lights off, lights on, lights off, clap on, clap off.
I think they learning from them that shit.
And I was about to say that. I was about to say that, Enforcer. This should be the template.
Stars. Jeff and Jay are a bigger star than Roderick. Yes, they are.
Jeff, yeah.
But he still managed a bigger pop than both of them put together.
Hey, I go with Jeff. Well, I'm not gonna say Jay's a bigger star than Roderick Strong.
Are you serious?
I'm dead.
The Black Machismo?
I'm dead. Reason why I say that.
Ever main evented MSG?
Since Jay Lethal has been in AEW,
I'm talking about Jay Lethal. I'm talking about Jay White.
Oh, you said Jay Lethal.
I mean, he just got there. The fuck?
No, it doesn't matter. Jay White.
I was gonna say you said Jay Lethal.
MSG.
Yeah, you did.
You said Jay Lethal.
You said
Jay Lethal.
I did.
Yeah, you said Jay Lethal.
Yeah.
Yes, brother.
Now we don't talk about Jay White.
I apologize, Your Honor. Your Honor. Retract my statement from before.
Have it restricted from the record books.
Yeah.
Thank you. But Jay White main evented MSG.
Yeah. Now I know you're talking about. Yeah.
How many times?
Oh God!
No. Now we know you're talking about. I'm gonna shut up. Now I know you're talking about. I'm gonna shut up.
I apologize. You know what? I'm tired. See this little guy?
Yeah.
Those who don't know, I just had my child right here. This is TP3.
Oh.
You don't grab that head.
I know, right?
I mean, this is my little boy right here.
The circle alive.
This came out. But Jay White is definitely a bigger star than both of them. Yeah. And he got shitted on with his treatment.
Can I ask y'all this? Let me ask y'all this real quick. So we know that AEW is capable of now, learning from their mistakes and showing how a surprise should be done. The fact that all of us collectively were surprised and stuff, they got to continue doing that.
They learned because they didn't.
Yeah. So my thing is, do they continue doing this? Like, do they continue on this trend of, or you think that's the best they can do as far as the surprise go without people finding that?
You're wrong. So you're telling me, right? You'd be okay with a mega star from across the pond and even the States. You should go to Hot Topic and you could buy all the Bullet Club shirts and how many fucking Jay White shirts were out there. You would tell me that you were okay with he is.
Oh. Your Honor, is that actually true?
It is.
He's the catalyst of pro wrestling.
You go to New Japan and across, they knew who Jay White was. The WWE wanted Jay White. How bad?
They had a whole storyline.
They held him hostage.
What I'm saying, if you're okay with somebody that big, get a shitty running like that, then you're the problem.
I mean, dude, like he didn't get there he haven't even been there 2 months and you already bitching.
It doesn't matter. When he came in and did that whole jacket pose, remember? During the Forbidden Door?
Yeah.
That pop he got for that was bigger than that pop for his running.
I mean, because he's been in AEW, I don't know how many times. Like, he show up here, then he show up there. I mean...
It doesn't matter. Because think about it. If the WWE got him, the WWE would have gave him bigger... Would have sitting there and...
That's speculation, dude. He didn't go to the WWE, so I'm not going to speculate. I'm not going to speculate.
Hold on.
They would have gave him the Cody treatment.
No.
It would have been a fuck you. It would have been a fuck you.
They gave him the AJ Styles treatment.
Fuck you to Japan. They would have.
Tone,
am I right or wrong?
They would give him the AJ Styles treatment. When AJ Styles came out. Why not? That was the biggest pop. That was the biggest pop WWE got when he came out.
They were giving bigger because AEW wanted him. AEW, I think AEW was fishing for AJ. No. For Jay White, it would have been bigger. It would have been bigger than AJ because it would have been an FU to New Japan, FU to AEW. Same thing with Cody.
But it would have been wasted. It would have been wasted though. What they have for him to do? What they have for him to do?
IC title.
Bruh, if you don't get the fuck out of it, why? Look, okay, this is my pet peeve. This is my pet peeve right now with the IC title. This is my pet peeve. I am tired of you headline superstars to fight for the equivalent of the TV title plus one. I am tired of it.
Wow.
I am
First of all,
tired of it.
Hey,
He just disrespect my belt.
No. Hold on. I let y'all cook. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, let him cook. Shut up. Let him cook. Let him cook. Shut up. Go ahead, A-Bit.
Okay, so the first thing is the IC belt. Why are these people, they world superstars, but they can't get the world fucking title? I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of Roman. I'm sick of these, and let's invent a new belt. We'll get to that shit later. I already know, but I'm tired. I am tired of the first words out of somebody's mouth. Well, you know, the IC title. Let Gunther just fucking live for a minute, please. And we don't know where his story going. Imperium, just let the boys ride. This is a young man's belt. US in the IC titles are these young people's belt. Let these motherfuckers who had to have runs. This not like they jumping off the indies and in the WWE. These people are legit built they brand up, and you saying the best we could do is the IC title, bruh? That's this.
He got a point. He got a point because got to remember.
I thought we were talking about AEW.
Jay White has won every singles title in New Japan, including the world title over there. He got a point. He got a point, T.O.
I'm tired of it.
But but he has a point. But what he's not gonna do is use a fucking F word around my fucking son.
Look, bro.
Wait a minute. But yeah, you let your 6-year-old son watch scary movies, and you're concerned about an infant hearing the cuss word of "fuck you"?
And you just
First of all, he was 34 weeks and 4 days.
No way.
So
he old enough to breathe.
Right.
Right now. Cognitive and memories and stuff. I remember when that dude said F me. I remember that, Daddy. If that's my favorite. Get out of here, bro. Get out of here.
Going back to AEW.
I'm telling right now. If his first word was fuck,
I'm a clap. Let's fucking go.
But going back to AEW shit, you know what I'm saying? So
okay, yes.
The show was good. It was good, not great, but good. But the one thing that I do want to talk about before we go on to WWE business is Jay. So I stated that either Jay is going to she's going to pass or she was going to flunk. This girl flunked, and I told you she was going to flunk. But everybody wants to be on this fucking the culture type of bullshit, and I say they don't got nothing to do with the culture. It's either you are going to improve, you're going to improve in your craft, or you're going to still be in the same situation from day one. That match, she should have really stood out against Valkyrie, and I'm sorry, she didn't.
I said before that match, so for everyone, you can go back and listen to it. I said this is going to be her make or break match.
You're in pain.
Because this is the most. This moment.
You're in pain. You're tired.
Keo, I can hear you every word you just said.
I got it.
But I said this is going to be her make or break match. This is it right here. All those 55 or 56 matches you had should have had you ready for this match. And that match, it was not. It was. You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of when Bianca versus Baszler at Takeover, and Sam Robinson. She's not ready, and she wasn't. Mm-hmm. Jay was not ready for the level of Tara Valkyrie, and they botched the ending.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, thumbs down for everything on that one.
So, is there anything that you guys want to talk about as far as AEW? Any other business you guys want to bring up before we move on?
I like the Blackpool Combat Club's new shirt.
Yeah,
that was
I still say, what's his name? Kanosuke. I still say he's going to join Blackpool Combat Club because of the blood theory.
Right. I was going to say that
The blood, you gotta bleed with us theory. So I feel like he's still going to join, and then that's going to open the door for. Of course, we all know who we feel is going to come in. That's Kota Ibushi. Mm-hmm. And then that's your blood and guts match. You have the Elite with Hangman Page and Kota Ibushi taking on the Blackpool Combat Club with Kanosuke. So I mean, that's what's lining up.
That is the DT Dream match.
Yeah.
The DT legend Kota Ibushi against the new Rising Star Takante. So yeah, it's already a story working up right there.
So what we're gonna do is, everybody, we're gonna take a quick ad break in a second. Then we're gonna go on to WWE business. So we'll be right back. If I can get there. Okay, there we go.
Press the goddamn button. Good evening, everybody. This is your friendly neighborhood enforcer from Hills of Life Wrestling Podcast. Here to give you some knowledge, some 4-on-1 on our Hill merch. So, if you go to hillsforlife.com, you see all the favorites. Get your flag here, don't like the flag. We got aprons, we got cups. We also got tank tops for you muscle men out there. There's some muscle men out there. Big boys, so big girl. Tank tops. If you're not a tank top person, we got a regular crew t-shirts. We got some female t-shirts too. Check it out. And if you are in the winter state like Wisconsin, shout out to Chris. We got those hoodies. Got those hoodies. Again, check out hillsforlife.com for all your Hill merch.
All right, we are back. All right, so we're going to talk a little bit about the WWE and then the other racial shit that's going to be on our third segment. So we're not going to talk about that in the WWE. We're not going to talk about it in the WWE segment because, like I said, that's going to be separate. You know what I'm saying? Because it needs its own segment. You know what I'm saying? So that's going to take majority of the show. Okay. So one of my friends from TikTok, she did a video and it pretty much described everything what needs to be said about the draft. All right.
Throw it away.
Yeah.
Throw it away. Just throw the draft away.
Yeah. Just
unless you're gonna do something secretive in this draft, like with some of this stuff, just throw the draft away.
Exactly. Give me one moment. Here you go.
Everybody's so creative. See how that looks like we probably wasn't supposed to do that? But we did. There's no other reason you would do it that way. See how it looks like you probably wouldn't want to see that? But you're seeing it here. See how beautiful that looks? It looks picture perfect. I paint a perfect picture. That's how it's supposed to look. See how it looks so differently different? That's what we're going for. Ah!
Listen, when I see this shit, I said, bitch, let me put this on my fucking podcast. Cause dude, the draft was a complete fucking mess. It was just a mess. And I need answers. I need to know what you guys think about this because who want to go first?
I'll let you go, Garland. You can go first. You go, Garland.
Okay.
All right. One word: disappointment. Trash. Garbage. Any other singular words I could use right now? Like, just no. As Joe Budden said, that shit was a 2-pack of ass.
2-pack of ass.
Yeah. All right. So, all right. The only good move in this draft was maybe Bobby Lashley going to SmackDown.
No.
But even then, I wouldn't even say that's a good move because we already know what's going to happen to Bobby. Yes, we know what's going to happen to your dude, Chris. He's going to get fed to Roman. They did this to find more people to feed the Roman.
That's exactly what they did.
Yep, AJ finna get fed to Roman.
And AJ Styles came back this Friday too.
I was like,
Gooby snacks.
People that didn't wrestle Roman yet, is about to get fed to the beast.
Exactly, finna get fed to him.
So it's like
y'all think Montez Ford gonna be in that?
Roman right now is that plant off a Little Shop of Horrors. Feed me. That's Roman right now. He finna get fed. He finna get fed Bobby Lashley. He finna get fed AJ Styles. He probably finna get fed Edge again because Edge just got drafted back over there. He finna get fed.
I got a question because he just did Austin Theory get drafted anywhere yet?
Not yet.
Not tomorrow. Yeah.
My thing is this. I'm gonna answer your question, 8-Bit. If Austin Theory is drafted to SmackDown, they go pull the trigger on Ford against Theory for U.S. title. Just because
Willis is actually correct. So what they're trying to do is, matter of fact, another breaking news. So we thought that Roman was shut up. We thought that Roman was going to keep the belt to SummerSlam. They're talking about having him keep this shit until 2024 and go after Hulk Hogan's record.
Yeah. Hogan's record lasted from 1980? What was it? 4 to 88?
Too long.
Too damn long. 4 years.
Remember, you are talking about an era where at the time
they didn't have nobody.
Right, at the time, where you could feed anybody to Hulk Hogan back then.
Exactly.
Everybody got fed to Hogan. What?
Everybody
got fed to Hogan.
You in the ring with Hogan. Here's your debut.
You know, it's but now you talking about Hogan. I think the one time I said I agree with Kurt Angle when he said 3 years is enough. People lose their patience, and then they're turning on the product everywhere. It's not just WWE. Everywhere they did it in New Japan with Okada. They did it with goddamn, in Ring of Honor with Samoa Joe when he had the belt for too long. They did it in the NWA with Nick Aldis. If you got too long and you're not giving nobody no shine, they work their ass off the same amount or more days than your champion does.
For the IC title.
I think I kind of explained this before in the group. I want to say here on air. What made long title reigns work back then was that during those times, when the champion popped up, it was a special occasion. You know what I'm saying? It meant something. It meant more when they popped up. And then a lot of those defenses weren't even televised. Like Madison Square Garden shows and stuff like that. Like or Philadelphia Spectrum shows and stuff like that. You had to go there to go see it.
No, they was televised for that local area.
Yeah, it was televised for the local area, but not national. But here's the difference between Hogan's and San Martino, and we can toss what's his name, Pedro Morales in there. All the people that had superstar Billy Graham, all these guys that had long ass dumb title reigns. Difference between them and Roman is that with Roman, we witnessed 8 years of failure of seeing him on TV every week before he finally got into a gimmick that worked for him and stuff like that. So you combine the people that was already tired of him the past 8 years of seeing them being built up and failing and stuff, then you're giving them this dumbass long title reign and stuff like that for the next 3 or however many years you want to give to them and stuff like that. Doesn't work in this day and age.
And the thing is about that. The thing is about that is, like you said, back in the day, it was a special occasion. Now they use it. Now they gonna use it for y'all want him. Now we gonna take him away. You gonna see him. We want you to see him now. Now y'all like him after all this, all the work we did for 8 years. Y'all boo every damn thing we gave him. Now we gave him some of that work. Y'all want him. No, you gonna see him when we want you to see him. Back then, it was like if you like me had to watch WWF Superstars and Wrestling Challenge, you ain't gonna see Hulk Hogan and the champion until they come on Monday Night Raw or WrestleMania. Like that. Now it's the champion is accessed everywhere, social media,
right, bud. DJ, did you have something?
Sorry.
Yeah. So my thing with the draft, Chris and I talked this morning. I always have my business meeting with Chris in the morning. trying to figure things out for the show. So the Roman thing, we get it. Scooby Snacks, Edge, Montez, Bobby, whatever.
Yeah.
Snacks. But let's pinpoint and focus on one thing. Cody Rhodes' main objective was to win the world championship, right? The championship that his father never won. So he went after the Universal Undisputed World Championship, right? Mm-hmm. He didn't do it. He didn't finish his story. So guess what he did? Guess what, y'all? I'm gonna start a sequel. So now he has opportunity to win the World Heavyweight Championship title.
That ain't the story that everybody.
That is not the story.
That is not the story. People signed
we are
up for.
not playing that game.
I know, but it's not the story. But it's just. But now it's gonna be.
It's a story.
No,
it's a story.
No.
No. It's a sequel.
It's a reboot.
You know what? The first one didn't work. But think about it. Terminator 1 sucked. T2 broke box office records. Am I right?
You right.
You right.
And that's what they did. They called the audible. No, that didn't work because Vince doesn't want Roman to lose because Vince likes his big.
So we're gonna invent a title.
Exactly, and we're gonna.
So now we're
gonna bring back the draft because we want to make sure that you motherfuckers stop talking about Roman losing the title. That's what the draft was all about.
Exactly.
See, what's his name? What's his name? Hit around the head. It's not a sequel. It's a reboot.
Yeah, that's exactly
what it is.
8-bit. You played Harry Potter. The motherfucker said, "Expecting Patronum."
Run. Expelliarmus.
So, fellas, my question is: does this devalue the WWE Universal title now?
Indeed, it does. Because
it does.
Because at the end of the day, like, why the fuck do we have 3 titles?
So he got he keeping both titles.
I don't know.
We won't know until.
Listen. That title right now, the WWE titles. And I hate this because I love WWE. I grew up on it. I love all wrestling, but I love WWE. But the WWE top titles has the same equivalent as the American dollar right now. Mm-hmm. It's worth shit.
Wow.
It's worth shit.
Why don't you just bring back the classic belts? How about that?
8-bit.
Okay, so this draft was, in my belief, them doubling down on the urban era, since most of the urban champions are on SmackDown like they did when it was on UPN. They bought all this back to you hip trending and go to SmackDown. You gonna lose an hour. So you better be good. We don't have an extra 30 to 45 minutes for y'all BS. It's a tight ship.
Look at that comment. That comment is hilarious. They said so the WWE was a pool of Flashpoint reboot.
All right.
That's the ovation right there.
The WWE is Ion right now. Yeah. If y'all don't know what Ion is, it's Ion.
That is some funny ass shit, y'all. Like, okay, so this is how I feel about the draft. The draft was just it was just more so shut up juice. Now we're still trying to figure out if Roman is going to keep both titles. Really don't know. We won't know until Night of Champions. So, but right now they literally have 2 belts. There's only one champion right now, and that's Roman Reigns. But the WWE, their whole philosophy is that we have to find some way to get the attention off of Roman as far as like losing his championships. Because what WWE is focused on is numbers. They're worse than these punk ass jobs out here. They're all about numbers. They're not worried about the employees. They're worried about numbers. They're worried about like, how can we make our numbers better? How can we make a moderate day Bruno Sammartino? You know what I'm saying? And I'm serious. They are in a very unfamiliar territory in 2023, because what it's doing is it's hurting the company in the long run, because once Roman leaves, you're gonna have to build the next star. Right now, the WWE is not doing that, and every time we come up on here, it's that same fucking conversation. Well, who's gonna beat Roman? Well, we already know that no one's beating Roman anytime soon because the WWE. The only way that shit is going to change is that punk ass Vince McMahon leaves, and that snapping to fucking snapping turtle Kevin Dunn leaves, and all of the fucking cronies that like to suck dick. That's the only way that shit is going to change in the WWE. And I'm done.
Ziggy hit it right on the head right there.
Vince McMahon is the Al Davis of professional wrestling.
Damn. Damn.
The Jerry Jones of professional wrestling. You pick your poison.
Okay.
I say what Al Davis says. Al Davis did go to court and fight the NFL, so I'll go with that one.
Okay, so with tomorrow draft coming up, I really wish and hope that Rhea don't go to Raw, and that force Bianca to just lose her belt. So, like, hey, bro, because she not on one. It doesn't. Backlash makes no sense right now. Nothing in Backlash makes sense for the most part because this is for Raw titles, and everybody goes to SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
So if we just doing championship switches, one that also breaks Bianca's record because for her being the longest Raw champ, that's like it literally bastardized so many people's efforts. Like, yes, like it bastardized so many people's situations. But if they don't switch, it's like, so what we do now? But it's also to keep her reign longer. Her reign is going to be longer because look who's over on SmackDown. The only people who would be believable would be Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey.
Dog, you just
it had nothing to do with her being the longest reigning Raw champion.
I understand. I'm just saying, like,
it has
all that
everything to do with her being the longest reigning African American champion
of all time.
Yes. And all that's getting reset because, well, that wasn't your original belt. You start day one as SmackDown's women's champ on Monday, May 8th or whatever. Whatever your new day is, this is you as this. But Gunther and if Austin and Gunther switch, well, this belt can go to that show. Like, that's disrespectful. That's disrespectful to everybody having to reset their days. Yeah, Rhea just won. She like, it's whatever. I really had it, a month, some change. Cool.
Here's the crazy thing out of all of this, right? So let's say Rhea does get drafted over, to SmackDown, right? I mean, not to SmackDown, but to Raw. Y'all gonna do the cringe title switch thing like y'all did with Becky and Charlotte a few years ago? Here you go. This will be the third time they did a title swap. Remember, the first time was when the New Day and I think the Street Profits got drafted to different brands. And there's like they did a dumbass title swap. Here you go. Here, I give you this one. You give me this one. And then they did that shit again with Charlotte and Becky. So we're about to do this a third time now.
But I thought about something because Rhea Ripley is not a she's just a SmackDown champion, but she's still on the Raw roster.
Yeah, she chose. Yeah.
So she pretty much became a draft pick by winning that belt. She's automatically SmackDown.
Exactly. It made no sense. Right. The last 3 months made absolutely no sense.
Shit, if you want to do it, let's do what's cool 10 months.
All right, let's go even further than that, right? So Usos lose, right? They lose on SmackDown.
Good match, by the way.
But people are anticipating this fallout to happen with, them and Roman and Solo. Logic tells us that it's not going to happen this coming week because they still got this 6-man tag team match at Backlash.
Yeah.
But if they do something on it to where the fallout happens this week, then that makes no sense going into Backlash. And this is where 8-Bit is hitting right on the head here. The shit that they're building up with the draft and stuff like that, even with it heading into Backlash, some of this shit is not logic.
Listen, man, I'm gonna tell you what I think about this Backlash thing. It's just a vacation. It's a vacation to
basically what it is.
That's what it is. And we just gonna give you a little show here while we here, so y'all can have wrestling. We can have a vacation.
Bad Bunny.
Right.
Probably make some
little
shit.
bit of Easter. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know, I mean, like you just said, we found out crazy matches that didn't make no sense. Seth Rollins against Omos. Where the fuck that come from? And, you know, in the everybody like, oh, it's punishment because this, that. No, it's just motherfuckers threw darts on the fucking wall and said, okay, Seth, you versus Omos. There it is.
Seth said, I got my passport ready. Where we at?
Enforcer, and Tone, it wasn't darts, it was pasta. They're throwing pasta on the wall, see if it's stiff.
No, it wasn't pasta. It was you pick a straw, and whoever straw match, that's who you fight.
Hey,
because that almost
on the back,
makes no sense.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Sure. It is. Well, this is like the WWE is like ass backwards, but this is what I wanted to bring up. So Drew McIntyre is scheduled to do a heel turn tomorrow against.
Did he not already do it?
I believe against Seth. Like him and Seth is supposed to have some type of rivalry for the World Heavyweight Championship tournament. So they're supposed to be turning him, I guess. I haven't been watching Raw or SmackDown lately, so I'm assuming they already turned them already, or they get
Drew McIntyre. So what was the whole WrestleMania with him and Sheamus? What was that?
I don't know. I'm telling you.
That was holding hands. Hands and chilling.
That was he all of a sudden he thought he could beat Gunther, but you know, Sheamus winning the title, he felt mad. Blah 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 blah. So it was not. There was not really a clean heel turn, or nothing, but they was teasing it, I guess. So, and then, when the match happened at WrestleMania, another good one, but they never pulled the trigger. Again,
that was a Tyson Fury singing at the end of the goddamn pay-per-view.
Yeah, there you go.
A PLE.
Pay-per-view, goddamn it.
All right, so since we're still on the topic of the draft, the one thing we got to bring up, man, is these champions from NXT getting drafted.
Who the fuck are these hoes?
Where my card at?
Like you got the women's tag team champions and the women's champion both being getting drafted,
and both of them are just like, who in the hell are these hoes?
Dark Fire
and what's that? Indy
Dexter Loomis and Indy. That's what they wanted to do.
Yeah.
Are they really married?
No.
No.
So then why put them on the same? Okay, I'll shut up.
He's not even on TV now. So
exactly.
It doesn't matter. I guess building
the Way reunion.
Yeah.
Right, and no one really cared about the Way. Like no one remembers the Way. So why are you bringing them all on? Oh my god!
It's not even that. Listen to the audience when Johnny comes out. Listen to the audience when Kansas come out. It's like your TV's on mute anyway. You don't have to press the button. It's just mute. It's just silence.
Yeah,
pumping that crowd background music.
Yeah, it's like they don't care.
It's like watching. It's like watching women's tennis with your eyes closed.
That's funny.
See, Reese, you hit it right on the head. Blow that one up. He hit it right on the head. They just both of them just won their titles.
Yes,
and they got drafted.
And
they got drafted. Make it make sense. And I'm gonna be honest with you. The only one ready out of them that got drafted was fucking Alba Fire, and that's because she's seasoned, but
I do not call her that damn name. Her name is Kimberly. God damn it, she's a badass. But this WWE, you can't have your fucking name. You gotta have whatever the fuck they give you.
Yeah, right. Stupid ass names, random names.
I see that because that's their name, so you cannot go outside of WWE and use their name, blah blah, whatever. But it's some stupid names. I don't like it. I don't fire, man. been helping training.
Yeah, exactly. Zing. Like Alba Fire is ready, but it's I don't have no hope for them. I don't have any hope for them because they're going to get the Gargano reaction. They're going to get 0 to no reaction because nobody. All right, nobody knows them, and the few people that do know them, they probably don't care.
But
and that's not being nasty or being harsh about it. That's being real about it.
It's also this. It's not the old NXT where you got some indie guys come from it. It's not like the old NXT. Thank you, Kaylee Ray. Sorry, I think of somebody else. It's not like you could get it's not like the old NXT where they come up from the takeover days and everybody's all happy, and then they don't know who these people are.
But that's the thing. So this is WWE's kryptonite right now. They got nobody who willing to take the pin. There's nobody on the roster who really, other than Chad Gable, he's the only person that's like, all right, well, I gotta eat this L. I'm gonna eat the L.
The man,
I don't like
the
that.
man.
When he's there. The Miz is super busy. Like, I know he filming shit right now. So I know he's like, okay, this is my lull time. Get me in, but I'm gonna be back on the road. So as of right now, he is a superstar that, I don't have to really be here. Like we mentioned earlier, he really like, I ain't gotta be here. I'm here right now, but I ain't gotta be here. So you need these young people who gonna come in, take their lumps, and I gave you a belt so you could say you had a belt before you left.
Do vignettes again. That's all I ask.
Chris like the man.
You saved that one. You saved that one.
You can't tell me he wasn't mad though. You can't tell me he wasn't mad.
Hey, that man was madder than a hornet in a Coke can.
Right. That man was pissed.
Think about it. He probably had months of stuff for them to do in NXT.
Yes.
And they just drafted without even telling
out the window, like that car.
But you know what, Sean? Let me just say this, Sean. Karma's a bitch. All right, you was an asshole when you was. I didn't say you churchy now, but you was an asshole when you was. So guess what? They get your ass back now.
Exactly. If Carmelo get drafted tomorrow,
or Wesley even.
If either Carmelo or Brian getting drafted, one or the other, but I don't think both of them. No. And if Carmelo get it, that was a setup, and Brian gonna get that belt back and be back to glory, rooting around the whole ring.
Yep, and I'm not. I don't fucking watch NXT anyway. So like, I mean, as long as Carmelo
fucks with it from time to time, I fucks with it from time to time.
The smart move is to bring Braun Breaker up.
Why?
That is the smart move, but they didn't bring up
everybody. Out of all the names we just said, Wesley is like one of the best guys they got right now as a North American champion. Carmelo just won that title and just had a title defense this past Wednesday. You supposed to build up your NXT champion, not to have him had the belt for fucking 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then take him to the main roster. They failed when they did that before. They did that shit before with another champion.
See, they had someone win it and lose it.
Wait, dare I say his name? Keith Lee.
Sure.
I want to say this. They set up Von Wagner for failure. They set up Von Wagner for failure too. They set him up for failure too because y'all in such a rush to bring this man up because y'all see something in him, but he ain't did shit at NXT. So how you expect people that watch Raw or SmackDown to believe that this guy's worth something? You should have kept Von Wagner down there. You called him up too fast.
You know why?
Don't say Keith Lee's name because All-Star gonna pop up here in the chat or on the show.
That's what I just said because when he was champion, he won the title. He won the title, and then like his first title match, he lost it, and they took him to the main roster.
Right.
Work out.
I want to mention this comment right here by Ryken Reeves that Sean was really mad when Road Dogg said, "I don't know if you can lose your smile twice."
He looked at him like,
right.
Like the fuck, right?
He
like,
no lie. The way that Sean looked at Road Dogg at that comment, It's just like when your mama called your name and you said what?
Who talking like that?
I mean, yeah, this is probably is Sean's karma, but like y'all said, that's fucked up. That he probably like Enforcer said, probably had weeks of TV written, had plans and stuff, and that shit out the window. Now you gotta come up with some shit on some Audible type shit.
Right.
Fatal four-way.
A tournament, fatal four-way, a battle royal.
When the next pay-per-view? I mean, premium live. When the next premium live?
This weekend.
Well, this Tuesday they got Casey, my bad, Katana Chance and what's her name going against Isla Dawn and Alba Fire. So I'm pretty sure they're gonna lose the titles Tuesday. And then I'm pretty sure Indy Hartwell is gonna probably lose the title to I don't know, fucking either Cora Jade or Tiffany Stratton.
Y'all remember when NXT will get called up, or right before they're about to get called up, they'll lose the titles, or they'll come defend the titles down. Same thing. Ain't shit changed. Ain't shit changed but toilet paper.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say another reason why Sean looked down like that was, you remember during the pandemic when Road Dogg got fired and he was begging AEW for a job. It was Sean that helped him get the job back. And you gonna say that on TV?
I'm telling you, Road Dogg, he don't know how to watch his mouth. But yeah, everybody, we are now on our third segment, our most anticipated third segment in a while. I'm gonna play this video, which is gonna lead into our racism.
Yes, I brought this up to Chris today. I said, Chris, this needs to lead what we're going to get into. And Chris is like, are you sure? And he was like, Chris, this leads into what's going on right now. I literally said to him this morning.
Enjoy or don't enjoy. Just enjoy. Just watch the video. Watch the video.
Let me ask you a long-awaited question. When was the last time that the World Wrestling Federation had a black man to wear that belt? Can you answer that for me? Answer that question. No. Never. No, you can't answer that. You know why? Because that never has been one. Oh, you've had token blacks in position of Intercontinental Champion like Ahmed Johnson for a short period of time. Oh, you've had U.S. champions like Bobo Brazil with the U.S. belt for a short period of time. No, I'll tell you what. And speaking of that, when was the recent chance that Ahmed Johnson had a shot to become the World Wrestling Federation champ? Tell me that. Can you answer that? No, you can't. Because you people don't feel a black man is worthy of winning the World Wrestling Federation title. You don't feel a black man is worthy of being champion of the WWF. But you do feel a black man is worthy of washing your car. You do feel a black man is worthy of washing your clothes. You do think a black man is worthy of even raising your kid. But let me tell you something. Those were those days, and this is a different day and age. You see, no longer are we marching up and down the street wearing our shoes. No longer are we calling radio stations complaining. We are taking matters into our own hand. When I get to swinging these fists and kicking these feet, you understand that, don't you? Huh? You understand that, right?
Everyone understands that. And this has nothing to do with being black. What's the matter with you?
Oh, it has everything to do with being black. You tell me, when was the last time a black man had a shot at being the World Wrestling Federation champion? There has never been one. But I tell you what, at King of the Ring, King Farouk will live again. Because you see, your white savior, the Undertaker, will be a dead man.
Don't you feel these comments are racist?
Listen, I didn't come out here to be a role model for anybody, but I'll guarantee you this. Some little black kid, a little black girl sitting at home right now, feel the pain and the anger that I feel. No longer are we sitting back being passive. We are going to take matters into our own hand, and that means by any means necessary.
Well,
it was me, Ahmed Johnson, Coco B. Webb.
So with that being said, before we jump on everything, This is dissect for.
I'm the only one doing this. That's what I want to know. That's the best
cool.
promo in WWF history.
But listen. This dissect Farouk's career in the WWE. All right, Nation. I mean, with the Nation, and then he disappeared. After that promo, he really dwindled off, disappeared. Came back with the Acolytes, right? Didn't talk.
Whoa.
Wait.
No, you skipped something.
What?
He didn't disappear. They put the Rock in the Nation, and he took that shit over.
Yeah.
And this is what I meant. This is what I was telling T.O. earlier. A lot of you guys did not know that promo existed.
I told you.
No, but wait, hold on.
I saw that shit live.
So the Rock took over and he kind of dwindled and disappeared a little bit, right? Came back as Acolytes. He didn't talk to Acolytes, right? Barely talked.
Yeah, they wasn't allowed to.
Yeah, they're not allowed to talk.
All right, but check this out. And then Acolytes, the whole ministry dwindled. APA. He was dwindled down to drinking beer, fighting, how much to play poker, and then. What happened? Something happened either backstage or in the ring. Something happened, and then he was dwindling down more to just one word. Damn.
JBL won the lottery. I mean, he got his stocks.
But you see where I'm going, right?
But what happened?
It started with that fucking promo.
But what I'm gonna tell you this. What happened was they tried to, like you just said, they tried to drill him down off. And shit got over. Remember, this is the Attitude Era when you could just walk in out there. What do you call it? The bullshit GTV, whatever that shit was. That shit got little shit like that got over. He didn't do much. They was tag team champions as Acolytes. There's tag team champions as APA. But all they did was sit in the back with a fake door, play poker, drink beer. Pretty much what they do outside anyway. They was with the skull thing, all that stuff.
I'll go a little bit deeper though. I think what we're really missing with this whole situation with Farouk, how in the fuck did you go from being a complete savage and being about your race to being degraded to just one catchphrase and then drinking beer?
A check is a check to him. That's why.
And that's that is why I don't have
Booker
any respect.
No, wait.
Hold on, let me cook.
Go ahead.
This is the reason why I don't have any respect for them black handkerchief Negroes in the WWE. That is why. Because you sit here and you talk about like how you're an African American and you went through all of these struggles, but then when it comes to the groundwork, it's like, well, it's all about my check and it ain't about anything else. I respect Farouk. I met him. I met Ron Simmons in person. He's a great guy. But at the same time, I'm just like saying, like, if you talk about you want respect, first of all, you need to respect yourself. How the fuck you gonna let these white motherfuckers degrade you, downgrade you to just one catchphrase because you were speaking the truth?
You know why? It's that old guard. It's that old guard. I'm about to tell y'all some facts here real quick. You know what and this kind of bouncing off the promo he said. Did you know that the first black people to ever win any sort of championships, and I'm talking about championships that still exist in WWE, was Rocky Johnson and Tony Evans. Tag team champions. But guess what? They didn't win those until the 80s. WWE's been around since 1950 something, if you're counting the old Capitol Wrestling days.
It literally been around since the 1800s.
I'm about to really blow your mind. Do you know who the first black singles champion was? He said it in the promo. Ahmed Johnson. You know when Ahmed Johnson won the Intercontinental title?
1996.
96.
Yeah, I think it was like 95, 96. Yeah, 96. 96. Didn't happen until 96. Intercontinental title has been around since like the early 80s. I think late 70s. Late 70s.
70s,
yeah.
60s, something like that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, with that being said, it's that old guard. That old guard was like, you know what? We feel that black wrestlers can only go this high. They're not supposed to go that high. They're only supposed to be right here. We don't see them as somebody that can lead our company or be the face of our company and stuff like that. And you know what's the crazy thing about all this? Because I done had debates with people about this before. there's some people that try to cape for it. There's like, well, it was too risky of them to put the title on a black person. We don't know the times. And I'm like, bullshit. WCW gave Ron Simmons the World Heavyweight title in '92 in the heart of the South. At that, in the South, the most racist place in the United States of America. Mm-hmm. WWE is based in the North. So I never understood why people would cape for WWE, saying, well, it wouldn't have worked at WWE, people would have been racist and stuff like that. But even then, did y'all know that Ahmed Johnson went through his troubles with people that were mad that he won the Intercontinental title? Spray painting his car and shit with racist words and shit on his car after he won the Intercontinental title?
That happened in New Jersey.
Right.
That happened in New Jersey. They spray painted his car. Right in the parking lot, they found out who his car and all that stuff. And I don't know. Wait, are you finished or you got?
No, I just wanted to say this real quick. People do racist shit different nowadays. They do what I call masking it. They mask their racism with a different reason. Mm-hmm. Have you noticed a lot of people that were mad when Sasha and Naomi left? Mm-hmm. Share one thing: majority of them was white.
It was unprofessional.
Unprofessional, which it was their equivalent to the word nigga. They really wanted to say,
they wanted to say lazy niggas. That's what they wanted.
They wanted to say lazy niggas. They just said unprofessional. Y'all get where I'm getting at then. They masked their racism.
This happened a Latino champion. Yeah, Eddie and Ray.
Eddie, Pedro Morales, Tino Santana. Yeah, we can go on.
Pedro Morales was champion for like 2 or 3 years. He was the
first Triple Crown champion.
Yeah, he's the first Triple Crown champion. He had won all the titles. He was the first person to win all the active titles at that time.
I was gonna add on to what you said about Ron Simmons. I was waiting for one of y'all to say it. Ron Simmons is the first known African American champion of any wrestling company, major wrestling company. But this is my thing: when they do give us a chance, they don't book us to be strong.
Exactly.
They don't, or if they do book us to be strong, it's not a long title reign. For some reason, that belt is about to get off. A la Kofi Kingston, you had the biggest moment, and his title reign did not look like it was strong compared to what they were trying to do with Seth.
Wasn't there a rumor that they booked? Wasn't there a rumor that went out like last week or early last week that they said that they booked the squash match that happened not too long after he won the title, that they were going to book him and have him get squashed?
And think about how he lost that, 8 seconds. And then he had to go back smiling to the tag team division.
So right after Kofi Mania, there was already in the boardroom saying that they're going to squash Kofi in like 6 months.
Yeah,
and Brock Lesnar is going to do it. So they already had it in their head already that they was going to squash it.
Yeah.
Three things real quick. I want to say. First one, WCW cared about African American wrestlers in WWF or WWE.
They did.
Two was when it came down to African American wrestlers outside of WWE, they excelled so much. Look at motherfucking R-Truth. Look at him.
NWA champion. Two-time NWA champion. Heavyweight champion.
Impact champion too, correct? Am I wrong?
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
You're correct. Junkyard, you can even go back even further. Junkyard Dog was the main draw in Mid-South Wrestling. He ran that fucking organization. Multiple-time North American champion. He sold out the Superdome and every other place you could think of, from Oklahoma to Texas to Arkansas.
Man.
When he came to Arkansas, dude, sold out every time.
Man,
my third point is to Tone.
Yo,
nigga, they're from Jersey. That's what Jersey people do. Jersey people are dirty.
I was actually, never mind. Shut up. You know I'm from Jersey. Shut up.
Jersey people. What do you expect?
I don't care what y'all say. The South is not. The South is racist, but after going East Coast, that racist is different. I'll take Southern in your face racism versus East Coast racism. It is like that's like Southern racism. Like, yeah, I already know. I don't need to be here. I don't need to be here. I look around the room like, you know what? This ain't for me. East Coast, yeah, come on in, and we just gonna disrespect you the whole night.
And
like passive aggressive racism.
And I think here's the issue with today's wrestlers. You know, black wrestlers. They do not care anymore about being degraded. I mean, look at R-Truth. Look at Booker T. I mean, look at all of these other wrestlers that's out here, the ones that's supposed to be, you know, speaking up for the ones that's in the business right now that's, you know what I'm saying, that's struggling to get over. Where in the fuck are these motherfuckers? And yes, I called out a whole bunch of journalists, a whole bunch of them. Me and Sean Ross got into it on Twitter. And, you know, of course, you know, I thought like I would have some black folks that would have been by my side. These motherfuckers were sitting up here talking about, well, why did you go off on him? I said, because, like, number one, you didn't report the shit. Now, I didn't know that he already reported his shit, and me and him was sidebarring and we was talking. And, you know, I told him, I said, see, I didn't even know. I follow you, but like I said, your shit didn't pop up on my phone because I follow you. And he was just like, well, the next time, just check before like you shooting bullets or whatever, because like I said, he got the bullets, and you know it was friendly fire, but at the same time, I have to call you out. I have to call all the motherfuckers out because number one, this shit has been going on way too long. This shit has been being thrown under the rug, time in and time out, and it's getting sickening. To the point now where it's just, hey, this is just an everyday thing with black people. I mean, shit, black people are treated like circus monkeys. They're treated like we're the exhibit at the county zoo. Almost everybody named Mama talk about, oh yeah, Almost is in the main events. Almost is not to be taken serious. He is a fucking elephant in a fucking county zoo. That is how he is being treated. He was treated like that at WrestleMania, and he's going to be treated like that at Backlash. Do you actually think that Almost can beat Seth Rollins? Seriously, in a serious conversation.
But he can't wrestle. That's the problem.
That's exactly what I mean. But at the same time, this man needs to stop being treated as like a slave, like a slave animal that's just there just for an attraction.
You know what?
It's disgusting.
As soon as they saw Almost that how tall he was. I don't know. WWE got this giant exception. Ever since they had Andre Giant, Andre Giant was making all that money for them. They think every giant could be Andre the Giant. You only get once in a blue moon soon that we close to Andre Giant. That was Big Show, and that's it. Everybody else they had no knees. They could barely move. All you do is, and then that's it.
That's because they're not taking it into account that fans were different now.
Exactly.
Back then, work rate didn't matter. As long as you were a larger than life character back then, people will come see you and it would draw a lot of money. Back in the day, Omos would draw money. Now people care about work rate and the whole entire presentation now more than ever because fans are much smarter nowadays. Mm-hmm. You brought up something real interesting there, and this kind of goes into the reports that we're going to talk about here. That you know what?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Now. I was gonna bring that up. You know what's the most telling thing about this report? Is the fact that WWE still believes the stereotypes.
Yeah.
And, so like when you're black, you need to be ghetto. You have to have that lingo that I'm from the ghetto. You know what I'm saying? Like, girl, I'll snatch that. This is what they did for Bianca Belair. And Bianca said that I don't talk like that. And like I'm not comfortable with this. And Chris, I think what's his name? Chris Dunn. Like, yeah. So apparently they're being sued. WWE is being sued. Vince McMahon, Stephanie McMahon, Chris Dunn, and Ryan Cunningham, if I'm not mistaken. So like all four of them are actually being sued because they were in creative, and I think there was 2 black women that was on creative. And they literally like discriminated them because they felt some type of way, and they said, "Well, it's either you take it or you can leave, or we'll just fire you."
You know what? Well, two things. Oh, actually, yeah, 2 things. So Actually, three things. The first one was I forgot what rapper said it. I think it was Ice Cube was it in Boys Hood. Like, man, just another nigga dead.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's how they treat us. But then the second one I want to bring up is the fact that who was that one wrestler, that black wrestler that got mad over that T-shirt?
You talking about ACH? Jordan Miles.
Yeah,
ACH.
remember that?
Yeah.
You remember that? And he brought it to the light, and everybody's like, oh, and then disappeared. Remember that?
It was three things I'll bring. That's one of them. When he did that, they said that he approved it. Which he did say he approved it, but it had more detail into it. They had just his name in a black shirt. It was supposed to be something else with it. But ACH, before ACH got there, this was a big thing with ACH. In fact, Chris, I'll show you the shirt, the fuck racism, watch wrestling shirt. That was ACH shirt. He promoted that in Japan. So he was trying to do something like that in WWE. Something like that. As you know, it got turned down and said, okay, let's put your name in big white. They try to say he had a mental condition. They try to say he was both bipolar and all this stuff. This dude, they messed up his career. He barely works now.
And then also I want to bring up this point right here. This is what really set me off. So in the spring of 2021, Ryan Cunningham pitched an idea that it was going to be a white Caucasian male wrestler with a hunting gimmick that will hunt black male wrestlers for fun, which that black wrestler was actually Reggie, the one that does that acrobatic shit, whatever. So apparently because this wrestler is from Australia, they were just like, oh, well, we can turn him into a crocodile hunter, but instead we can use his gimmick for hunting African Americans. So the story was that he was supposed to hunt down Reggie, beat the living shit out of him, and then throw him in a cage, that we will see on the daily, on the weekly basis. And then Reggie will try to escape, and then the hunter will hunt Reggie again, beat the living shit out of him, and then throw him in the cage.
You know what?
That shit would have been on SmackDown. That shit would have been on SmackDown.
Exactly. It would have been on.
SmackDown has always been the ghetto ass show. It has always been.
Because that's the one that's on network television. You have to pay for that one. You can see that on regular TV.
But look what they did to Bobby. Remember, and I brought this up to Chris. I was like, wait, what? When Bobby lost the U.S. title, right? He went on the rampage on some heel shit. He'll run down in the middle of matches, fuck everybody up, hit him with a chair, throwing the tables, whatever. Heel shit. And then what did they say? Oh no, Bobby's a face. So you tell me that every African American man is aggressive. He's a monster. He's this, he's that. But no, he's a face.
Let's even go further than that. Let's even go further than that, T.O.
So you telling me that if Seth Rollins did that, then he would be a heel. Right? So you're telling me is white and black right now? Because if a black guy does it and he's aggressive and he's doing all this stuff, oh no, he's a good guy. But then it's clear today when a white guy's a heel and when a white guy's a face. But now you can tell me that we don't know when an African American is a heel or a face until you tell us.
Right.
And you guys don't think that that's an issue or that's a problem?
Hey, man, do you have some?
I'm gonna wait.
Okay.
You go.
Okay. Because I was just going to say this shit with African Americans being treated as like endangered species, if that makes sense. I can't believe that they said it. Okay, it's just the simple fact that I know WWE is racist. I get it. We've been talking about this shit for decades. But the simple fact that they sat around on a virtual call entertaining this shit, it's disgusting.
I'm gonna tell you that someone just put it up there. And I still hate this to this day. Tony Atlas came back to WWF in 1991. Remember, I don't know if y'all remember. It's a hit show.
I remember.
It was a show called Shaka Zulu. It's about Africa and all that stuff. They looked at Tony Atlas, who they had in their company, like you just said, one of the first black people to win tag team titles, and said, "Your name now is Saba Simba. You will come out with a tiki and a spear and a shield, and you gonna run down, and that's your wrestling name." Everybody know that was Tony Atlas.
Yeah, they did the same. They did the same thing to Apollo Crews. Matter of fact, Apollo Crews. Remember that gimmick? That what was that Nigerian gimmick?
Nigerian.
They forced him to actually do that against his will.
Wasn't that one of the things too?
Yeah, one of the things too.
Yep.
But Chris, when you said that African Americans are an endangered species in professional wrestling, you're wrong.
How?
We are a quota. We are a quota. You have to have a certain amount. It's a quota. It's a quota. Like you have to have a certain amount of African Americans to to even it out or make it seem like it's not racist. So it's a quota.
Yeah, endangered species more of a quota
than an endangered species.
Species is protected.
Well, thank you for correcting me. Right. So I would just say this: we're a group where we're constantly being targeted. I mean, I don't know what's worse, whales or black people. Like, I mean, I don't know, but I just know I'm getting sick of
lions
or
tigers, maybe.
Yeah.
There's oh my.
Oh, I got one for y'all.
Rhinos too, because they're the horns.
About to say, hey, Tone, you'll probably remember this one, right? Remember the music video for Slick for Job Soul Bro?
Yeah.
Remember what he was doing at the beginning of the video before the music started playing?
Yeah.
What was he doing? He was sitting there eating chicken. He was sitting there eating chicken at the very beginning of the video because Job Soul Bro came on because apparently all black folks eat chicken.
Probably was a leg.
But was it a thigh or a leg?
I think it was a leg.
I think it was a leg.
Oh damn!
That drumstick in.
Oh, there was another thing too. Remember Mansoor? Mansoor.
Yeah.
Apparently, he was supposed to be in a love triangle storyline where I guess he was supposed to go after the girl, him and Angel. What's his name? I forgot.
Angel.
Yeah, Garza. Yeah. So apparently, toward the end or whatever, he was supposed to turn into the bad guy, and it was supposed to be revealed that he was responsible for the 9/11 attacks.
Even though he would have been 6 years old at the time that the 9/11 attacks happened, that's fucking hilarious, ain't it?
But
the racist shit is the bothersome part.
Hey, that's not the bothersome part. I think you mentioned it in a group chat. Why you would do something like that when you got someone that lost their family member?
Exactly.
First of all, let's I'm gonna bring that. You did have her on the show when y'all did the special show, the 9/11 show. You didn't even have her on there, and now you go really like bring in old memories of that storyline while she on the same roster with him.
I don't understand why these wrestlers like allow this shit to happen. Like it can't always be about the money. Like, I know it makes the world go round, but at the same time, have some self-respect.
How much you want to bet that Mansoor can't even go back home?
They don't have a
How much you want to bet on that?
He can't go back home.
You notice, and I know this is kind of diving into some other stuff, but you notice that ever since he did the Man Squad gimmick, they had a Saudi Arabia show since then, right? Mm-hmm. You notice he went on that show?
He can't. He'll get killed. No, it's not even funny. Like he will get killed.
Yeah, he would get killed.
That's why MVP can't go over there.
Damn.
MVP can go over there because MVP was Muslim and he converted to atheist, to be an atheist. He can't go over there either. He will get killed.
Hey, Ben, did you have something? Because you've been patiently
waiting. Yes. So, with what you said, where you was like, it can't all be about the money. This is a lot of people's dreams. They really don't have nothing else outside of wrestling. They don't have PhDs. They have given their body, what's left of it, to wrestling. So they gonna go to flipping burgers or being what? Like they really have nothing else. Like, this is it for them. This is their end goal. They reached the mountaintop and they just trying to stick around to hopefully get another paycheck. And hopefully they can invest it or do something to build some type of legacy for themselves. But I think for a lot of them, this is probably it. Like, this is where the end of the road is for them. They haven't thought about anything past this point because their whole life was work to be on the big screen. They in the big screen is like, well, this is the pot of the gold at the end of the rainbow. What you gonna do with it? I don't know. This all I know. So they really have no choice. This is their livelihood. So you sell your soul to the devil, but you owe him his due. You gotta perform. This the contract you signed. You didn't read it, or you didn't have a good outlook on it. So it's them. They kind of stuck with either I'm gonna do this or I'm not gonna be on TV. I'm gonna be in catering. So just the hand that they was dealt. They don't have no other options. So,
but the good part about it is that they have options. So if your contract is up, then you can go somewhere else. Like you can't sit here and bitch and complain or whatever. And I'm not saying to Bianca Belair that she's bitching and complaining or whatever, because I guess she's supposed to be I think the plaintiff or something like that, because I believe she's part of this lawsuit, I guess, against WWE. So her only choice is that she can move around or go to the indies or whatever. I mean, there are choices. Now, back in the day, it wasn't any choices because like you really couldn't go anywhere but the WWE. But it's just I'm the type of individual that there's always a solution to every problem. And that whole thing is like, oh, well, there's nothing for me to do. The same thing that happened to me when I was at Target or whatever, and I got fired. I thought that like, okay, well, I mean, can I go to Walmart? I mean, I didn't literally have anything under my belt other than a high school diploma. So what I had to do was I had to go outside the box. I literally had to go back to school, sacrifice $14,000, knowing that I did not have this, sacrificing my credit. But I knew that I had to go somewhere else. I needed a long-term goal. That's the problem that some of these wrestlers don't have. They figure that, okay, well, I'm earning all of this money and thousands of dollars or whatever, millions of dollars. But then at the same time, your self-respect is on the line as well. Your legacy is on the line. And right now, you are basically the butt of the joke in the WWE. And they think that this shit is cool.
Do you know who I wish was still around? I wish Ernie Ladd was still around. And for those of y'all that may not be familiar with Ernie Ladd's story or anything like that, Ernie Ladd was like, he was major in the 70s and the 80s. He used to play professional football, became a professional wrestler. Dude was 6'9", built like a British shithouse. Motherfucker carried himself as a grown-ass man. He didn't do no sucker gimmicks or anything like that. And if anybody back in the day tried to come to him with some sucker shit, whichever territory he worked in, he wasn't going for it. One thing I liked about him is that he was truly independent contractor, like wrestlers are supposed to be. This motherfucker dictated what he got paid. He's like, look, y'all ain't gonna have me coming here doing no dumb shit. You come up to me with a stupid idea, I'm not gonna fucking do it. Dude was very, very decorated as far as being a wrestler. He was a booker at one point in time for Mid-South. He did ring announcement, do well-rounded. Later on, he did work for the WWE as an agent and stuff like that. And even then, even working in WWE during those times, like he would counsel the black wrestlers. And there's wrestlers that had mentioned in the past before where they'll be like, Ernie Ladd told me, hey, this game is a fucking racist game. Like Ernie Ladd was putting these guys on game. He'll tell them like, look, don't take no bullshit from nobody. This is a racist ass industry. Just come in, try to make your money, do what you can. Don't fall into no bullshit. We need an Ernie Ladd nowadays, for real. We need somebody that's gonna be there and be like, look, you know what? Don't settle for no sucker shit. Stand up on your own too as your own man. Yeah, you might take a few, a hit in the pocket or whatnot, but just find a way. Find a way. Like Chris said, there are options. It's just up to them to find it.
You remind me of what happened with Mark Henry. When,
the
He
monkey
wanted to
one?
go to business. He wanted to be on the business side.
no, not that one. When Mark Henry came back, they said we gotta get you some type of character, and that's when Michael P.S. Hayes said the silverback, you look like a gorilla thing.
Yeah,
Early
Triple
Lad
H
was still,
He's another.
Early Lad was still
one.
there. Early
He's
Lad was
another
still there.
one. He's another
on that
one.
one. But Early Lad was still there. And he
Mhm.
heard it. And he said, you just gonna stand there and just, you heard what he compared you to? And that's when Mark Henry went after Michael P.S. Hayes. Like, if you had someone like Ernie Ladd back that, like you said, like that, a lot of this shit, people open their mouth like, listen, and you said, Chris, it's somewhere to go now. Back then, you just had
But thing is,
wrestling or nothing. Now you can go everywhere else. You don't have to work in WWE. You can make money outside WWE.
Exactly,
Wrestling-wise.
and Mercedes and Trinity prove that. Like, they're basically letting you know you don't have to take this shit. You can go somewhere else. Like, all this other BS about, oh well, you know, I just love the WWE, and you know the WWE is a place. I'm sorry, but them days are over. This is not about you. This is about Roman Reigns and the bloodline. If you are not in the bloodline, then you are not going to get over. The only thing that you're going to get over is probably you're probably going to be a man in drag, and that's another thing that they tried to do with fucking Reggie. They tried to dress his ass in drag, and then what's more disrespectful was for my community, the LGBTQ community or whatever.
Alphabet crew. The Alphabet crew.
Well, whatever. The thing is that there was a former writer that said that if you are in that community, you more than likely you are going to be disrespected 10 times worse. And when I heard that, I said,
but my thing is, real quick.
Darren Young, when he came out, they was like, you know what? They at the same time they was doing a Be a Star shit, and they tried to make him the poster child, but they didn't use him no more. Then when they tried to bring him back to use him with bringing Bob Backlund, and that's, I think it's something up with that one, but I don't know the whole story. But after that, they ain't use him no more. They released him.
Mm-hmm.
Just like I had a problem, we still got with AEW. Like, where's
Sonny Kiss?
Yeah, Sonny Kiss. You only use
what happened to Sonny Kiss?
Wait, that's the question.
Exactly.
Sonny Kiss been on Dark.
You only bring him out for
no TV time.
Wow.
But my thing
Sonny
is
Kiss been on Dark and been aligned with like Ari Daivari and all them guys and that nothing whatever faction they got going on Dark. That's what Sonny Kiss been up to. But you don't see him on TV.
But my thing is, it goes deeper than that. When you look at just like how you talk about how the wrestlers, African American wrestlers, they don't have no guidance. Like, you know what, you take whatever you're going to take. You know what I mean? You're going to do whatever you're going to do because this is your dream. But what about these kids who work their asses off growing up for a sport, and then they get into the big stage, they get to the professional level, and they even rappers, they piss off their money on jewelry and cars and big ass houses and don't invest in this shit. And then when they blow out their fucking knee, or they fucking get fucking child support and they fucking lose all their shit, or they do something stupid like drunk drive or gun possessions, flashing guns and whatever, because they think that, you know, because what I did back then is gonna work now, because it won't work. I mean, it's different now. I got money. You know what I mean? Where's that guidance there? Where's that guidance? Like I said, like Earl, like OG was like, oh yeah, no, what? I'm not gonna stand for that. I'm gonna sit there like, you're gonna pay me what I'm worth. I'm not gonna do no sucker shit, and that's what it is. If you come at me with some sucker shit, I'm gonna smack the fuck out of you. I'm gonna smack the black off your ass. But then but where's that guidance? Not just in professional wrestling, but all across the board. When it comes down to these youngsters coming in and have the opportunity to change their life, to change their family's life, to change the whole narrative. You know what I mean?
Hey,
where's that guidance?
Okay, so
you can go and then.
Okay, so I have two parts. So first, I'm gonna answer you, T.O. Financial literacy does not exist in our communities. Let's just get it out the way. Financial literacy does not exist because just FYI, from the 8-bit standpoint, I have been homeless twice. One time, y'all know about the tree that fell through my house and I had to stay with Zig. But before then, I had another time where I literally had no money. So I had to learn financial literacy the very hard way. So I learned it and I fixed it. But other than that, Black people don't want to hear about financial literacy unless it's easy money and they don't want budget. They want to live above their means. They want to go broke looking rich. And like Zig said, I'm low-key a financial advisor where on stream, I literally broke down somebody's whole budget for their life and they went, yeah, I ain't gonna do that. And they lost everything. They lost everything weeks after me telling them how to fix their shit. Now they back with me saying, hey, how do I fix and build myself up?
Sometimes it's best for them to actually go through this shit because when you try to tell anybody anything, it doesn't even matter what color it doesn't matter what color they are. They figure that I'm going to do my thing, and then once they fall on their face, they're going to come back to you and they're going to say, okay, I'm ready to work with you.
And that's what these Black wrestlers are doing. We just answered the question on the community. We don't take anything seriously until it's shit against the wall. It
actually happens to you.
Yes.
Right.
And part 2. So y'all know more about the indies than I do. I am strictly filthy casual wrestling fan. So are there any Black bookers out there? Like, are there any Black just completely, or anyone in charge that is Black?
No.
Master P.
There's not a lot. There's not a lot of.
Master P has a organization, does he not?
He's not Booker.
He does.
He's not Booker.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Brian XL is Booker. Wait, Brian XL is though of that promotion. Brian XL is Black. He's I think he's co-booker a House of Glory, which, like T.O. pointed out, was bought out by Master P. Brian XL is one of the bookers. The other booker is Amazing Red.
Booker. Yeah. You said Booker T, right? Or do you say somebody else?
Oh, talking about for House of Glory?
Yeah.
Brian XL. Brian XL is an indie wrestler.
I think Charmel books the reality of wrestling, I believe. I think she does. Like her and Booker T, they actually, they run the reality of wrestling.
Oh, the black.
What about Battle Club Pro in New York? Ain't that like I know Janelle doesn't book her by herself, but
she's a co-owner.
She a co-owner. Don't Black people book that show as well?
They do.
Yeah.
Why aren't they going out and Black people going to at least try to look out for you, but you're not going to talk to the Black people to get booked.
Yeah.
So
and you know what, A-Bit, that is so weird to me. It's like they know how to coordinate. Like, you have social media, you have these spaces, on Twitter and on TikTok. It's not that hard. All you have to do is say, give me your number. What's your information? But for some reason, Black people don't like to work with each other.
No, they want somebody to do it for them because they don't want to do it themselves. But when somebody does it for them, they want to fucking complain about it.
And that's what happened in my E-Fed. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
don't get me started. Don't get
me
started.
No. It ties into what happened to us, and I think we should really talk about it. Because, number one, I was a Black owner, and I ran my company for almost 1 year flawlessly. Like, we had problems, but like I said, people was looking at my shit, and it was just like, are you a real life owner? I was like, yeah, I'm an owner, but you know what I'm saying? Like, this is just an E-Fed, you know what I'm saying? This is just reality or whatever. I was booking shit. I was writing shit. I did this shit. This was a living for me, just to have fun. You know what I'm saying? But it was building me up to the next level. I incorporated Blacks on my fucking staff. You know what I'm saying? I said, take over for me. This is your baby. Do it. Do you think these motherfuckers wanted to carry the legacy?
They gave it to a white guy. They gave it straight to the white guy. He was the GM, Booker. They did everything last minute.
And you had the fucking company. You had the legacy. You had the shit right on your motherfucking lap. And what the fuck did you do with it? You decided to go to a white motherfucker that I created.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave that one alone.
I don't know, but I think Chris had to get that out. I don't know. It seemed like Chris had that inside for a while. He had to get it out.
Listen, what A did was just brung up. It's the same shit we went through when we was in WCC.
Chris finessed me in the WCC. I thought Chris was running that whole thing. Still, I was like, yo, bro, I thought you running. No, I don't run this no more. Why is everything just, they don't communicate. They not talking to the wrestlers. They just doing shit.
And they said that we don't want to do this anymore, so we're going to find a way to sabotage your company so we can go ahead and work for the white man. That had a problem with me because he couldn't be a champion. It wasn't even fucking real life. It was just made up. You know what I'm saying? We were just going around making promos or whatever. But it tells you that this happened in real life. It happens in real life. We cannot work with each other because we are always worrying about our egos of who is going to lose, who is going to win, blah, 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 blah. Instead of creating their legacy, they're so damn worried about the fucking destination instead of worrying about the goddamn journey.
What's the old saying? Crabs in a barrel.
I was about to say that too, T.R. Enforcer. I was about to say that. Crabs in the barrel mentality. That's what it is.
Crabs in the barrel. It's like instead of helping each other climb out, we go pull each other down.
Pull them down.
And we go back to wrestling. It's the same thing. It's, you know, if we get one guy to get us to that mountaintop, somebody like go try to pull him down. Like come back down to us. Come back drinking, smoking with us. No. I gotta get us up here. No.
That's because most black wrestlers still have that mentality where they think there's only one spot available, or maybe two at the most available at the top. So they're gonna pull the next man down because they want that spot. If you only see 2 seats up there and you got like 10 or 20 people down here, motherfuckers are gonna pull each other down because they trying to occupy those 1 or 2 seats that's up there. It's sad,
it's just not wrestling; it's the rap game too. Rappers go back to their own neighborhood and to give back, and to get killed in the same neighborhood that they give back to.
Exactly.
Hey, B, did you want to say something? Because it looks like you want to say something.
Nah, I'm going to hold off.
Why? Why you keep doing that?
Okay.
Come on, hey, Ben, it's been a while since you've been on here, brother. Go in, hey, Ben. Come on, man.
Anti-microphone and everything.
Anthony Martin said E-Fed is a joke, but much respect to you. How's E-Fed a joke?
No, he's listen, Abe. Shit, did you want to take that one, Abe?
No. Look. We have as black people, I talk about this on my side projects about financial literacy, just being better. So as a content creator, we in a recession right now. Money is tight for everybody, and nobody planned on this shit happening. But that's also the thing. Everyone lives. Okay, question here. Who all got budgets, like a financial budget for how much they supposed to spend, how much for? Okay, so so do you got the shaky hands? You got the shaky hands.
I'm shaky too.
I do. Man.
Okay, so
I'm being honest. I'm being honest,
and I respect that. Okay, so do you have an emergency fund where if you had no income for at least the next 3 months, can you survive?
Ooh, shit.
No.
No, but I'll sell some feet pics real quick.
Let me answer that because I'm not gonna say like I've been doing this shit for a while. I just
learned
together, like literally last year before everything had happened. I got all my shit together. We caught up on bills, and we put shit on the CD, let that shit grow. And we just got shit fixed, and we making sure it stay that way. So that's why I put my hand up. So probably like, yes, I finally got my shit together.
Yes, and me too. Because I literally was building. I at one point I had $7,000 in my account. So it might not be a lot to folks though, but like I said,
10,000 is like the minimum. Like I tell everyone, 10,000 is like if you got 10,000, you good for at least a little while till you find something, even if you find a crappy job.
Exactly. And like I say, you can like let that shit stretch, but you have to be very strategic at what you do, and also it comes with discipline too. Because like I said, $7,000 can go just like that. Because all it takes is you don't have any income flowing in. You have to have some income flowing in order for you to stay stable. If the only thing that you have is a credit card, that shit's going to go up. And then if you know what I'm saying, your unemployment, you can't focus on your unemployment because your unemployment is going to run out too. This is the situation that I was in. And coming out of that situation made me 10 times stronger, because what it did for me was I need to have a secondary plan. I cannot rely on my first plan, which is like, my income, my primary income. I need something else. This is what we need to be focusing on in professional wrestling. We cannot be so fucking complacent. We can't be, because you never know. Your shit might not be here tomorrow. So you have to focus on another plan.
And they said the lowest paid superstar is like $250,000. The lowest main roster superstar is allegedly $250,000. I'm pretty sure most of them motherfuckers broke or got bad investments.
Because you also got to remember, you got to take into account that they got to pay for their own travel.
Yes,
they got to pay for their own health care.
Yep.
They got to
bitch.
Now
they got to do all this themselves.
We're talking about WWE here, right?
Yes. But they say I'm not gonna make this money elsewhere, and still got to do all of the other stuff that I have to do with this.
And you know what's crazy? Remember a few years ago, Leo Rush was telling folks about this, and they were trying to shit on him and stuff like that, because people were like, "Man, how you broke? You work for WWE. How you ain't got no money?" And then and this is stuff that I've been trying to tell people for years. All these wrestlers will tell you, WWE does not pay for their travel. If you're maybe luckily in the top 1% of the superstars, to where you got this negotiated in your contract.
They need you somewhere. If they say you gotta make an appearance, then they have to pay for you to get there.
Right.
If you don't remember, it was certain stars that had the luxury buses.
Mm-hmm.
That take them to places because they gotta do this. Other people, I used to work, Triple H, Big Show, CM Punk,
Shawn Michaels.
Michaels. I think John Cena had a bus.
We're talking about check it out, but okay, I remember because it was when Hacksaw Jim Duggan and Iron Sheik got caught in that bullshit, and then Vince was like, "Give me all your flights, all the pre-booking flights, all that. You're done."
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, when it comes to air, they gotta, like you just said, they got to pay for their travel. And these guys want to be, they don't want to say coached. They want to be the first class. So that's already done. The medical, that's why everybody got to take care of themselves, because once you get injured, you're done.
You got to pay for a back surgery, spine fusion.
All that. So,
like wrestlers was down so bad back in the day. This is one of the funnier Owen Hart stories. There's a story that Mick Foley always tells about Owen Hart, where him and Owen Hart had a contest to see how much money they could save on the road, and they were to the point where they weren't like staying at hotels and not going somewhere to bathe and stuff like that. Like, people think because they see them on TV and stuff like that, they live this grand lifestyle, but in reality, they're paying for everything. The money, as soon as it comes in, is out the door.
Mick Foley stayed at Undertaker's mother's house.
Right.
Wow.
Every time they go to Texas, he was staying at Mrs. Calloway's house. As he's called.
I didn't know that. Wow, that's crazy.
Mick Foley was the cheapest person. They said he would take the pillowcases from the hotels and use as his luggage. Like, he would literally, he would wear his clothes, all the clothes he could wear to get on the plane, and everything else he would put it in like a pillowcase and just.
I do not know why Mick Foley. I never understood Mick Foley. I do not know why he was always living his life like a homeless man. But I mean, if it saved him some money, I'm all for it.
It worked out later for him in life, but this kind of
look at Adam Sandler. That man
Adam Sandler, yeah.
And that man
he was like,
walks
like he
around
should live in his own basement. He should live in his own basement, and he making more money than all of us combined, probably.
I mean,
three times, four times. 5 times,
yeah.
5 times.
It's just that it got to get to a point where, especially with black wrestlers and stuff like that, they got to be more self-aware of the value that you have, because you have a lot of value. And if you're lacking self-confidence in that, I'm here to big you up. Like, you have something that they want. Mm-hmm. And we as a community, because I think that's where kind of our self-accountability comes into, is we gotta continue to be more supportive of them. We gotta start being more supportive of them, and maybe those that work in the the WWEs and stuff like that, maybe they'll have more courage to take a risk and bet on themselves and be like, you know what, I'm not liking my position here in this company. You know what, they're not giving me. They're not providing me a better opportunity to move up the card. You know what? Maybe I want to bet on myself. Maybe I want to leave when my contract is up and go on the indies and stuff like that. Because I think that's where a lot of that fear comes from.
Chris, to tie in that, we say how like people who like work there should help out the people who try and get up and whatnot and try to help them. Chris, remember that one motherfucking space that I went into? It was from a dude who worked in the WWE, and he bragged about worked in WWE, and he's like, I'm here to spaces to help podcasters and wrestlers who want to come up and give you information, help you build up one night, and then I tried to plug us in, and he flipped out on me. Remember that shit? So how can you sit and say? Yeah, remember you were like, wait, what the fuck just happened? We went back. You're like, yo, how are you saying to somebody? I mean, people were trying to plug themselves, just trying to uplift themselves, trying to get to somewhere where you're at, and you just shoot them down because you feel like you're better than them. Oh yeah. This is not the plug podcast. You're heading. This is for podcasters, professional, indie wrestlers that are trying to become wrestlers, or people who are trying to come up in this industry.
Oh, you talk about Chris? I think Chris somebody. I
can't remember. I don't know. But you remember that? You remember that, right? And we flipped out. So like, if we can't help our own people, right? Mm-hmm. But then we go somewhere else, we see, you know what? Hey, these people offer help, and then we walk in. Hey, you know what? This is what we're doing. We're positive. We create a positive environment for independent wrestlers or anybody else who want to come and speak about something that we love. And this is where you find us, and you shit on us. Then where do we get help at?
Yeah, that's how we met Nasty Leroy.
Exactly. That's where we met Leroy. It was Gabe. Yeah. Gabe. Yes.
Gabe. Yes. Yes, that is the biggest asshole I've ever seen in my life.
What Gabe?
What's his last name?
Don't tell me it was Gabe Sapolsky.
It was.
Yeah.
What?
It was.
Because I went in there. As a matter of fact, I went in there.
He an asshole like that?
No,
so we were in the space.
I hate to see it.
And we were we just wanted just to talk. This bitch ass motherfucker like gave us the mic and then talk about, oh well, this is not a platform to promote your podcast. Huh?
No, I invited you, Chris. Remember, Chris?
What do you mean?
Remember, Chris? I invited you because I had a mic. I said, "Yo, Chris, come in." And I spoke for the cookout.
And he said a smart ass remark, talk about, oh, this is not a platform where you promote your podcast. I say, bro, I'm in the wrestling business just like you, but you have a bigger platform than I do. And like my whole thing is I'm trying to get the word out for the indie wrestlers just like you are. You know what I'm saying? Like we're running the same race. But for some reason, because he feels that because he has a bigger platform than everyone else. He feels that he has a right to shit on people. And like I said, and I told T.O. after we got done with the spaces, don't invite me to his space no more because I will cuss that white motherfucker out.
Look, the thing with Gabe, here's the thing with Gabe. Gabe, the only reason Gabe was put on was because Paul Heyman put him on. He's Paul Heyman's protege. See, I'm gonna go in. Only reason he got a job in WWE, is because they talked to his bitch ass a life raft after Evolve was about to go fucking under, and you weren't even paying. You was paying your wrestlers you had on Evolve next to nothing. Leroy, you can vouch for that, right? You got friends in the industry that said they weren't getting paid when they were playing wrestling for Evolve, and the only reason your ass was lucky enough to get a job is because WWE threw his bitch ass in life raft. I don't want to hear nothing about games.
No, but it was the name of his space. So like so if we can't get help with our own people, right?
Yeah.
Now think about it. Now this ties on. I'm probably gonna get messages now. It goes on to like Coffee with Rev, or it goes with the spaces with
that too.
Victorious. No. Hear me out. I'm not shitting on them, but I'm saying, but like these are all these.
I love Ron.
I don't know, but I'm saying like all these spaces, but then we come down to better everybody else or help build everybody else. It's like maybe that person had me falls, and that person had it's still like know what. Let's help each other build each other up. But then we see someone else doing something, another race doing it, and say, hey, you know what? You guys want to talk? Oh, I can come in. Oh, I can get a mic too. I could talk. Oh, now I'm not good enough because why? Because I'm black, or I don't have enough followers, or I didn't work in the work in the industry directly like you. I'm not good enough. So like, where's the balance? Where's the median? Like, where's the halfway point?
Hey, Bid, I know you want to say something, so go ahead.
So, Lucha Libre, right? They got their shit together. They share wrestlers. They share the whole 9 yards. Where is our Lucha Libre? Where is that? It's the fact that it's not going to get done. Hold up. Remember when they broke up Crime Time? Man, that was my boys.
Indeed.
I don't even want to read the rest.
Let me get into that because I want to talk about that all night. Because Crime Time was one of those black wrestlers that they said, oh, they gotta be hood, they gotta be. Remember their characters was stealing, hustling, all that stuff.
It was very stereotypes.
Right. So
it was niggerish. It was niggerish.
It was very.
When they broke them up, we found out like Shag did not like that character. Shag did not like that character, and you see JTG right now in the Indies cooking. His resume looking good right now. Like he's a good wrestler. Like we didn't know how good he really was until he got in the Indies.
Hey, but did you still have a point that you wanted?
Yeah. So where's the? So we don't have like our group of like. There's no group of black wrestlers where they could go, and black wrestlers don't really have their own style. Like I really think there needs to be a black wrestling style. Like
I feel what you're saying because you're saying that like you know what I'm saying, like down in Mexico they got Lucha Libre, in Japan they got Strong Style, Kings Road, whatever you want to call it. In the UK they have technical wrestling, World of Sports style wrestling. I see what you're saying. In Canada they have.
I never thought of it like that. I never thought about it like that.
Black wrestling don't have an identity.
I was saying, what would be a good characteristics for us? Like, what would be a good? Because everybody, like Gorilla said, everybody got a certain style. What would be a good style for us?
Something we got to figure out, bro. Like, it's something that someone has to do. Like, it can't be the it's hood. It can't be the but it needs a style in the name. It needs flair. If they can make that shit a style, that shit will hit the Vendetta. What's the Vendetta? But
I agree with you there.
Was the shit.
Because like most of the black wrestlers we have nowadays, they're influenced by other styles. Like Jonathan Gresham.
I actually have an idea, but I'm gonna let you finish.
Hybrid style.
Like Jonathan Gresham, he's influenced by European style of wrestling. His style is technical. Like almost every black wrestler that we know of is influenced by a style that's not our own. I see what you're saying, a bit. Like I wish we did have our own style of wrestling.
You know what? I wonder, do we have a style called the urban style?
There is none, but what would that look like? What would that entail?
They have to do something. It could be brawling.
We got Tybo. We got Tybo. Let's do some Tybo.
Tybo. Wait a minute. Don't Billy Blanks do Tybo?
He black, ain't he?
Well,
bro. Oh, okay. I was just gonna say, like, is he alive? I mean, like, shut up.
What New Jack was doing.
Whatever.
So something New Jack was doing, right? Was that considered?
Hell no. That was just murder.
That's attempted murder, sir.
Yeah, that's a.
Death row style. Death row style.
Right.
Hey, Snoop got away with it.
I'll say this. Our style would have to be a hybrid because it can't. I mean, everything's kind of been done in wrestling to a point to where it's hard to make something like truly original. It would have to be a hybrid of some sort.
Even so, it just needs something. It needs to be a style that needs to be made. I don't like. We have time now. Like everybody have it. Like we can incorporate some standard moves. And you just flare up your finisher, but we don't have an identity in the space that we are in. If you don't have an identity in the space you in, you are no better than everybody else. That's what makes all these people stand out. This is what makes them stand out.
Wait, what?
Back on Power Rangers, he did hip hop keto.
Yeah, but guess what? You're right. He did hip hop keto. But he had a white bobber. Did I see his hairline?
Bro,
yeah, that boy. He had the rainbow hairline going.
I feel bad for Zach. I really do.
That's why
he went from like a high top to dread. And I ain't gonna lie.
That man had a white barber. That man barber had park. That man barber had park stations right here.
This was that man lying and sitting on his head like. Like, yo, bro, you a little crooked. Nah, man, they said they did me right this week.
Wow. He wasn't that slanted.
Bro, them things went like this, and then there was a point in the middle.
He wasn't that slanted. I was like, shut up.
Yeah, do the hairline every episode.
No, everybody, we gotta kind of wrap this up because we're going into 3 hours. So this is our final segment. This was a great show. I know there was a lot of information that we had to dissect. We got it through. I'm happy. Thank you guys for coming on the show and sticking with us. Whatever. Yes, like I said, I knew this was going to be a long show. There was a lot to talk about. But let's kind of go around the room and see everybody's final thought, and then we'll get on out of here. We'll start from the bottom.
All right, I'll go ahead.
Stop it. We'll go from left to right.
That's one of the better ones too.
That man got the St. Louis arch.
That nigga got 5 heads.
Stop it.
5
heads. Mr. DJ, go ahead, and then we'll go to Steph.
First, y'all, I would want to say thank you to you guys, my Heels for Life brothers, for keeping me up when I was down. And as African American men, we are taught to be strong, don't show emotion, don't cry, you're a man and that. But you guys really kept me up in a hard, tough, rough part of my last few months. Especially you, Chris. Chris and I, and I say Chris and I are best friends. We're not saying that we go back and forth. That man is really my best friend. We talk every day. I brought him back. Brought him back to life. He brought me back to life. Even showing like, you know what, I'm struggling. I can't do this. But not just Chris, but you guys too. You know what I mean? And I appreciate every last one of my Heels for Life brothers. TP3 is doing great. This boy's sleeping right now. So I mean, so again, thank you everybody for the love and support. When it comes down to this thing that we love as professional wrestling, we could talk about it here. It's like we talk about it here because it's a safe space, but until you guys talk about it in an uncomfortable space, it doesn't mean nothing. It don't mean shit until you can talk about it in an uncomfortable setting. That's when it counts. Because then now you're forcing people who want to shy from it or say it doesn't matter, it's not that bad or not. You have to talk about it in an uncomfortable setting to make it matter, to get to other people. That's where it matters. That's when your voice matters. Y'all remember Vote or Die? Remember how big that shit was? It made motherfuckers feel so fucking uncomfortable. Niggas still didn't vote. Niggas still didn't vote. But it made a lot of people uncomfortable. But again,
they just want a t-shirt. They just want to wear a t-shirt.
I bought a t-shirt too. But I'm just saying, guys, we have to push the line. Because if not, we're just throwing pasta on the wall, hoping it sticks, or just pissing in the wind. So thank y'all. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all coming to the show. Thank you.
Man, I just want to, first off, I want to shout out all y'all that's in the chat. Y'all were active as fuck tonight. And thank y'all for staying with us on this long episode. But I'm glad it was a long episode because we had to make sure we get our shit off today. So thank y'all for sticking with us and everything throughout the night. We appreciate y'all. I love the fact that we had this social commentary tonight, especially in this third segment, that we dove into a lot of things racially, and we also dove into possible solutions that could be made, everything from financial literacy to being more supportive of one another and everything like that. So thank y'all like for tuning in, and there's a long road ahead. There's a long road ahead for Black folks in the wrestling industry. And, it seems like there's always a roadblock for us. But one thing about us, one thing about Black folks is that we always somehow find a way to get past these roadblocks. The road is always rough for us, but we're built for that because we've been built for that since day one, So just to everybody out there, not only Black wrestling fans, but Black wrestlers, Black bookers, if anybody in any facet of the wrestling industry and just being Black in general, be supportive of one another, and just lift each other up. Don't try to drag the next man down, and man, just make sure your paper's straight and keep your mind clear. That's all I got to say about that.
Portia, you can go.
Okay. First of all, Ziggy, Yankees don't suck. Next episode.
That was random.
No, I'm in Ziggy. Next episode, T.O., can we please get a onesie for our new nephew, please?
Yes, Ziggy. We need I need a Hills for Life onesie. So I don't know who I need to talk to get that made. I need a Hills for Life onesie.
Make it happen, Zig. Make it happen. One thing I love this episode. We got 5 brothers here from different areas, different situations, and but we all share the same cause. We want our wrestlers to get better. We want, especially brothers, Latinos, all those that's getting messed up to the situation with WWE. Hope they can clear that out. And I call these guys my brothers in arms. And these guys, Wolfpack for Life, Reese, Hill, all y'all, because y'all been there for me, just like y'all. We've been there for T.O., like we've been there for Chris doing his downtime.
Y'all have.
All-Star.
Our star.
All-Star too. Mm-hmm.
Yes, because we want each other to win. I mean, we want Hills for Life to get up there. We want everybody. So we all can have that press conference. We are official, all that stuff. I want everybody to win. This is not a crab in a barrel. This is brothers help each other out. That's what I want. And I'm started off with y'all guys. I appreciate y'all guys. I appreciate everybody that's commenting and keep on commenting, like, share, subscribe to our YouTube page. Help us build out, buy some merch. Help us get out there, and then we, at the same time helping us, we help y'all with our wrestling knowledge. So that's all I gotta say. Enjoy. Good night. It's all yours, 8-bit.
All right. So now that we got all that shit out the way, the year was 2001. It was TLC. Me, Trish in the back. I was going to town. Tearing it up. Lita come in. She was like, "Oh, can you?" I went, "Yeah, give me an old school can of peanut butter, a chainsaw, and a balloon, and two bags of Skittles." She was like, "Bet, but also can you?" I said, "Sure, but instead of the chainsaw, bring me 2 elephants, a muskrat named Jelly, and a bag of beans. I don't even care. Anything but lima." She was like, "Sure." I was like, "That's all right. I'm about to go crazy. Set up the ladder." Devon Dudley came in. I shit you not, with a blue suit on, a blue suit. He went, "Yo, is you?" I said, "You damn right, Devon. Get the table." He said, "Say less." Vince said, "I'm about to fire all y'all." I said, "I don't even work here." Next thing you know, the Dudley Boys won the tag team titles. Swear to God, dog. And that's all I gotta say about that.
What happened to the bag of Skittles, though?
Oh, no. So first off, I was in there. I picked all the purple ones out, hand by hand. It was the family pack, so they always put the purple ones in there. I was like, I need lemon and apple first. And then you had to go sideways, and when you went sideways, all the red ones gonna turn white.
Did
white
you say
like
sideways?
A ghost. Sideways, and they went white like a ghost. Every time, dog, every time. So then once they go white, I start. And that's what happened with the Skittles.
It got nasty when the beat start fading away, right? It got real nasty. The beat start fading.
Suicide dose.
I have no.
With the Flintstone vitamins. That's all I gotta say about that. Anything else? The court case is still open, so I can't even talk about the rest of it.
Wow. I mean, y'all say, you know what? I understand that you really went through a rough time, but you really need to show some decorum when you're on here, okay? I just want you to know that.
I'm just letting y'all know.
Show some decorum. You didn't show no decorum at all. For real.
Well, I could have talked about back in 2011.
Why you cussing me out?
Well, I thought you wanted to hear about the time where me, John Cena, and the Bella Twins with an emu.
I'm going to ask you this one more time before. You know what? We're actually at the end of the show. Decorum is obviously not your vocabulary. So what we're going to do is we're going to wish you motherfuckers a good night. And fuck you. And just we'll see you next week. Bye, everyone.
With the garbage can on top.